Good morning. One of the things I've been doing for the past couple of months, right here on this counter, right here, right there on this counter, I do these 45-degree push-ups. And I'm averaging about 200 a day over the day and 50 push-up increments. And I'll tell you what, it really makes a difference. I put on an inch of muscle on my biceps, which I never had, and it works the chest and shoulders, and you just have to be disciplined. You're here for me. I'm sure you are. Hello, good morning, HAG. I got rid of a few people out here. Remember that? Yeah. You know, there are things that I do here that I don't talk about, and there are things I do talk about, but I have to say that I'm not a muscle builder. I'm not a bodybuilder. I never really was, but there are little things you can do that can make all the difference in the world. You saw what? Oh yeah, okay. Um, and I do this religiously. That's my religion. Call it my new religion is basically a combination of isometrics and so forth. And then people laugh and say, well, Frank only, you know, uses the 20-pound weight, dumbbells. Well, that's all you need. Uh, and it does make a difference. You don't have to necessarily have a bench set and, be lifting 300 pounds or something. But, unless you really want to be a bodybuilder in that such way. But, at my age, I mean, let's be realistic. If you're not trained to do this in the past, you're not going to go kill yourself by trying to be a hero. So I could bench press, 300 pounds or whatever it is. No, I'm not going to try it. Besides, I don't have a bench set. So what I do is I just work with basically what I have. And you can do that. Now, there are guys that are in their 60s and 70s that look like Atlas. I mean, these guys have been doing it for a long time. I feel good when I do this because I know I'm doing something for myself. And I can't say that there's no YouTubers out there that work out. That one guy, Jim, he's not very popular, Asian Adventures, whatever his name is. He's around 60 or so, whatever. And he has a really good physique, but, he works out in a gym or whatever in his house. He has weights and all that shit. And good for him. Good for him, because you really need to put on a little bit of muscle mass to stay healthy if you didn't know that. It makes all the difference in the world. Yeah. Bruce started doing resistance training the last 2 years. Started when I was in Cebu in 2023. Had a trainer. Push-ups are seriously good for you. Well, standard push-ups, I will admit to you, I don't do. I haven't even, I don't know, I haven't really even attempted. I know at one point I couldn't do five, but as far as my, back is concerned, everything else, I mean, standard 45-degree push-ups are, just as beneficial. I'm going to certainly attempt to do the standard push-ups, but right now I've been pretty satisfied. And I don't even think about it. I walk in my room and I'll do 50 of these suckers. Later on during the day, I go hit it up again, maybe two more times, up to 200 a day. And that adds up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, progress, not perfection. Exactly. At least I'm doing something. Now, I got to admit, I have not been on my treadmill. I have not been on that for a while. Uh, Pure laziness. I was always using that. Um, but I've been more lately concentrated on a little bit of resistance type stuff. I do get on the stationary bicycle once a day, but I haven't, right now, there's clothes hanging on my treadmill. It's not the way it usually is, but not always. I was using that pretty often. I will get back into it though. I will get back into it though. But yeah, any version of them is it's all yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, I have no problem, and I showed you like my counter, and that's the counter that I use. It doesn't have to be that. It could be something lower to the ground, a whole different angle, how many degrees. But this is my standard, and you don't need any special equipment. You don't need anything really. And I utilize what I have, and it works real well. I've noticed a difference. I mean, I'm not going to show you on camera. Maybe another 6 months if I'm still alive, still doing YouTube, I'll show you the difference. But I generally don't take my shirt off because you would definitely need you would definitely need sunglasses. I am very white. I'm not a person that goes around walking around without a shirt, but I do that for a reason because I am a light skinned recessive factor type of and I got enough freckles and shit from the sun and all that in the past, and I even had a little bit of skin cancer in my nose twice, two types, not the real bad one, but nevertheless, I had to have that removed, and I try to be really careful with that. Sure, I'd like to have a nice tanned body and walk around without a shirt and all that stuff, but it's just not advisable for me in the tropics. I didn't do that either. Very rarely, even in Hawaii, did I. I want to be respectful. I didn't want to blind somebody. And we say I'm white. I'm white. There's no question about it. My legs are very white too. Yeah. Anthony says the Mahal wants us to get a treadmill. I just go for a long walk. I made her come with me this morning. Excellent. Bruce says I use treadmills too. Seriously boring. I know. Cranking out tunes on my phone makes all the difference in the world. Uh, well, I used to listen to some YouTube shows while Fazio days. I mean, I put him on there, because I knew it would be a long, dragged out show. Here's the thing: when you're on a treadmill, you don't want to look at the digital readout. Hint, hint, because that makes it a lot longer. And that's why they had these treadmills that were fancier, that had video screens on there that you could play stuff through Bluetooth or whatever. I don't have that. It's very basic. And it occupies your mind and time. Then I'd have excuses because on a hot day, that room that I use as an exercise room, massive sunlight because, well, I got curtains, but it's ceiling to practically to floor, well, not to floor, but close to floor, windows all around. It's like a greenhouse. So I would have to take the treadmill and put it in. It's a hassle. Put it in my bedroom with the air conditioner on, and that's two reasons I don't take my shirt off: modesty and embarrassment. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was built pretty good once. I was like a linebacker when I was at one point living in Hawaii. I must say, I don't know. Well, I know how I got that way because I was always busy doing something very physical around the property, and that worked pretty well. I mean, I didn't even know what was happening. I got to sneeze. That's not going to change. Phew! Fourth sneeze this morning. I'm not sure what I'm allergic to. Well, I'm allergic to something. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I'm as white as Casper, man. And I'm too susceptible to the sun, really. Uh, I do wear sunblock when I go out during the day. I make sure, but the problem is I never put it on my legs. But the one bad thing in the morning is I go out in the morning. I go outside early morning. I'm getting attacked by skeeters, and I just got some earlier. I get attacked by these fuckers. You don't even see them coming, man. You don't even see these fuckers coming. So I'm always getting. So I'm gonna have to get in the habit of wearing. I have a light pair of sweatpants. It's very thin. Uh, that I'm gonna have to wear sometimes. And if I decide to go walk in the morning, I would really have to wear that. Or just getting up out of the house in the morning, I would need to wear that and cover my legs and ankles because I get bit a lot. And God, my girlfriend gets bit, maybe a lot more than I do, actually. Yeah, but taking, yeah. No, there's a lot of guys willing to show off their physique. I don't have a perfect physique. My stomach is, there's no six pack of my stomach. I don't even have a one pack. I mean, no, it's just a little bit, there's a little bit of a bulge in there, but my pectoral muscles stand out a little bit. And I noticed they've been standing out a lot more since I've been doing these 245-degree push ups every day. So you just do it every day. It does help circulate your blood. It does a whole lot of shit to you, a lot of good things. It actually does. And I feel stronger. Um, I notice just when I bend my arm now, just bending, I'm not going to flex a muscle, right? When I bend my arm, I notice that particular muscle there, the bicep, stands out. And it hasn't been like that for a long time. That's without making a muscle. It stands out. So I know that, there's some good coming from this. It's not just a cardiovascular thing, but, well, I mean, it is. I mean, it's still moving your blood, but you have to have a little muscle tone or a little muscle mass to be healthier as you get older. I've seen too many senior citizens in my life just go to hell because they don't do anything to move their blood. They don't do anything at all. You might see these senior citizen homes and they're making them do these little exercises with their hands, but that's okay. They're trying to get these senior citizens motivated to move their muscles, to get their blood flowing. And those that continue to do that compared to those at that age that don't, there's going to be a definite increase in death among those that don't keep active in some form or way. Whether you're doing gardening, it all adds up. Go in the yard, whatever you have to do, whether it's clean up or I don't care if it's going after your dog's poop, just, uh, or cutting bushes or whatever you have to do, or doing a little painting outside or raking or whatever. You get out and you do that, and it does make an difference. I mean, it's a world of difference, really. Yeah. Regions back. I've read that a daily ejaculation helps as a deterrent for front. Nah, that's not been proven. Nah, that's not been proven. Well, I must have a really bad prostate then. I must. I don't have to engage in that when you got a woman. A lot of guys still do, though. It's not the topic here, but it amazes me that even though somebody's partnered off with somebody, they still engage in that on the side. And I never understood that unless they're thinking about somebody else. I don't know, privately. I don't know. I don't know. It's just me. I just don't see the purpose of that. One for the Gipper. No, I don't. I actually don't. That's highly personal, but no, I actually don't. I don't have a need. I don't have a need. I don't even think about it. Doing something without my woman. I don't. I don't. One for the gripper is what you really mean. Not the Gipper, but one for the gripper. Yeah, which could be a problem in itself. I talked about it on another show, but we're not getting into a sexual aspect of topic matter today. But I certainly could. I certainly could. Uh, I don't know if anybody did any shows last night. I know Ricky did something on there. Oh, he's going to show up at the courtroom on the next hearing. Yeah, I'd like to see that. And what's his purpose? He'll be thrown right out. If he ever actually did something like that, he'd be thrown right out the fucking room. I'd make sure of that. Yeah, he's going to show up. Yeah, he's going to go all the way to Toledo just to show up. And then Barry's not even going to be there. He's going to be on camera. What's the purpose if he ever did anything like that? But I will make it very clear to my lawyers and anybody else in court staff that he's not to be in there. Get him the fuck out of there, or arrest him for harassing me or something. Oh, believe me, I would. Try me, try me. So what am I missing? What's the word on Discord? There's always a word or two on Discord. What's the scoreboard? What's going down on Discord? Why do birds suddenly appear when you're there? Okay. Believe it or not, I was listening to Karen Carpenter. Yeah, I think Karen Carpenter was great. Too bad. Dies at age 32. I don't know. Region 6. So why don't you have the option to attend via Zoom? Because I may have to testify. Or do you chose to attend in person? Um, I choose to be there physically. Well, also because I take care of other business when I'm in Cebu. I might do some shopping. It gives me an excuse to, while I'm in Cebu, to take care of some other shit. It allows my girlfriend to visit her mom. She is very old and doesn't have really that long in life. Any opportunity she can, I'm certainly pro on that. Well, I'm not afraid to show up in court, okay? I don't hide behind the Zoom camera in this court trial. I show up with my attorneys, plural, and I'm there. Because I may have some other things to say too, so that's why I need to show up, yeah. Bruce Monroe, Paul McCartney said that Karen Carpenter was the best female pop singer ever. She had perfect pitch. She was wonderful. I think Karen Carpenter, man. Who couldn't listen? I don't care if you went to hard rock or metal, but who could not listen to that angelic voice of hers? You know, I don't know. Understand that she never thought she had a great voice, and she just was a drummer. She was afraid to get in front of the microphone, and she preferred to sing, and that's hard too. I want to tell you something. To play the drum, same as playing the guitar and singing. I mean, your concentration on the words you got to remember, and you got to, all your chords on a guitar. It's the same thing when you're playing the drums and you're singing because how do you keep beat? And you sing. That's difficult, and that really takes a lot of talent. Most people don't realize that. Regent says it's in favor for Barry to do it via Zoom. The judge looks at him, the tattoos and judges, then judges him just on appearance. The judge knows what he looks like. He tried to hide all that shit the last time he actually ever showed up in court. Yeah. Wilson Gills. That's the name. That's the other guy I blocked on here that was talking shit about me. I'd have the court made aware of anyone, much less a group showing up to potentially make a mockery of the court. Yeah, don't worry. My lawyers will be informed of any possibility of truth that Ricky would show up there. Trust me, I'm ahead of the game because he's also responsible. He plays a part in this little mockery of me with the report on me. He's the one that financed her. Ricky said he was going to make the court date. Yeah, well, that remains to be seen. It'd be a wasted trip if he actually did, I assure you, in more ways than one. Right, you must have a legal reason to be there, absolutely. And you got to be scheduled for testimony. You have to be, it's very involved. Yeah, Wilson Gills. Yeah. He's the other culprit that I knocked off beside Best and Brightest or whatever his name was that I blocked on my channel because I caught him on Barry's show and he was supporting Barry but giving, derogatory comments and whatnot. Oh, Ricky's always fucking with me. What's new with that? Nothing new about that. Oh, let's all say hello to Popeye. Hello, Popeye. He's going to get tired of these little, I call them soliloquies at the end of the show. I don't know what he could say bad about this show at all, but he'll try to find a reason to find fault, saying, "Oh, you ain't got no muscle, Frank." I actually do, and it's growing. And I continue this. You think this guy does push-ups or anything? Fuck no. I assure you, I don't think he's in any shape to do anything like that at all. Anthony says this isn't Charles Manson with the Manson family showing up in court. Yeah, I know. He's a cuckoo bird, but cuckoo, cuckoo. Got a lot of cuckoo birds out there. Why do birds suddenly appear when you're there? They want just like me. They want to be close to you. Maybe Ricky wants to be close to me. You never fucking know, man. He likes ladyboys, so maybe he's attracted to me. I think there are several YouTubers that are just attracted to me. Everything from my voice to my looks to my demeanor. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. And I'm not trying to, rub my knuckles against my chest and say I'm anything great looking or anything like that. I mean, compared to some of these people, I certainly am, but, there's no comparison. But, for my age, I'm not looking really bad. There are times I question that. Then I say, actually, Frank, you're not doing too bad. I mean, there's only so much you can do fighting your age. I mean, we're all aging. No matter what age you are now, you can be 20, 30 years younger than me, but you're aging. I hate to tell you that, you're aging. And if you're lucky enough to live to my age, feel lucky. Do you feel lucky? Do you feel lucky? Do you, punk? Well, do you? Takes a lot to live to make it to where I am right now at my particular age. It's not easy being green. Yeah. But I manage. I manage. That's all I can say. I'm here now. I'm hopefully here tomorrow and the day after that. That's all you can hope for, really. But at least, do a few things for yourself. I mean, replace some of the bad with the good. And that's all you can ask for, just do something for yourself. Something, you know? You want to live a longer time? That's up to you. You want a little more longevity? You can probably get it. It's what you eat and so forth. I haven't eaten breakfast this morning because, truthfully, I kind of balance things out. I don't have eggs every single day, and it's okay to have a couple of eggs every day. It's actually okay. But today, I'm not having any eggs, and I don't feel like oatmeal, so I'm not really sure what the hell I'm eating. I might decide to cook some broccoli. Imagine that. I got some leftover kidney beans. I may decide to have kidney beans for breakfast. That's what I do. I'm not your traditional, with horrible. It's delicious though. I love bacon, but I rarely ever eat it. I mean, if it was put in front of me on a plate, I guarantee you I will eat it. I love bacon, but I don't use that in my diet. Traditional American breakfast is just loaded with so much shit. Bacon, toast and butter, um, lots of eggs, jam, or whatever. That's not my regular breakfast. I saw you a few days ago. Let me put it to you this way. You're doing better than most 70-year-olds. Oh, thank you. Nah, I don't buy bacon. The only last it was turkey bacon we had here. But there's a way of getting around some of this a little bit. You could air fry the bacon. You can do that, and then you want to blot it dry with a paper towel and get as much of the oil or grease off that as you can. That'll help a little bit. It's not the full answer, but just like I have a package of frozen meatballs I barely eat, I get really hungry. And what I do is, I started doing anyway, I didn't do it in the past. I actually will just throw the meatballs, they're already cooked, but you gotta heat them up. But I put them in a bowl of water in the microwave, okay? And I boiled all the fat and cholesterol shit out of it. Yeah, I go that far, I do. Then drain it out on the strainer a little bit, Yeah, I then I'll even blot it with a paper towel to absorb any leftover fats, saturated fats. Then I could feel a little more comfortable eating that. Then I could. Yeah, I go that far. I do. Is it all for nothing? No, I think it's all for something. I think every little bit good that you do to yourself helps. But again, there's no guarantee, no matter what you do, whether you're into supplementation, whether you have a great diet. There's no guarantees in life. Your body breaks down as you get older. I mean, you can't help it. Um, there's some people that have such wonderful genetics, never even had the flu in their life. They never had a cold, a common cold. Those are rare individuals, but they are out there. They are out there. They exist. For real. That's not me. But you see all these vitamins I have. No, no, no. I take certain of these vitamins. I'm not stupid because some of them could have oxalates or lead to it, and I don't take a huge regimen every day, contrary to what you might believe. And I showed you all these vitamins. I know what I need to take every day. Sometimes I'll skip a day. But vitamin C and collagen is always a part of my diet. D3 with the K2 is a daily thing for me, absolutely. Fish oil is definitely a daily thing for me every day. Garlic oil tablets are definitely a daily thing for me every day. Vitamin C, yes, is a definite thing I do every day. Yeah. I used to cook my bacon in the oven and rack, and it doesn't soak in grease and it stays straight. Yeah. I don't know, man. You fry up bacon, man. These strips turn down to be little shriveled pieces of bacon, and you pay a lot for a package of bacon, man, especially in America. And here too. Here too. Yeah, bacon is the only pork that I would eat if I had it and I was hungry. Um, I don't. They like to buy pork here now and then. They'll probably buy some more today. I used to eat pork chops growing up. I loved them as a kid. Oh yeah, man. I used to love pork chops. But what really got to me, honestly, the old lady, which I've known for 30 plus years, has never been sick, not even once. Yeah, that is crazy, man. Um, what was I going to say? Okay, I used to eat pork chops. Um, God, what else was I going to say? See, train ADHD, whatever. Train of thought. Train of thought. Well, anyway, yeah, I was raised, I was eating pork chops and stuff. And, oh, I know what I was going to say. While I'm living over here, and every now and again you see these big trucks with all the pigs in it. And man, it just smells like the dickens, man. Oh, I can't handle it. And that furthers my choice not to eat. But then again, chickens too, if you ever smelled a real chicken coop or chicken factory, chicken farm, it's not a pleasant smell either. But I would say that the old boy, the pigs, smell worse. If I'm going to smell it as that bad, then I don't want to eat it if it's that bad. Man, you're in traffic or something, and you're behind these pigs are going to market. They got a bunch of pigs in a truck, and oh man, the smell that comes from there. The smell. Then there'd be trucks that have all this, I don't know what they have, fertilizer or something in there. Oh man, the smell that comes from that too. Horrible. I bought some Canadian bacon last year, 10 little circles, less than an ounce each. Yeah, you don't get a bang for your buck with bacon. But I would love, I mean, bacon on toast, with lettuce. If you like tomatoes, you put it in there, whatever you want to put in there. Oh, yeah. Or little bacon bits in your salad. I used to like bacon bits in my salad. Absolutely. Shit, I might even have a salad this morning for breakfast. I got some lettuce left over, and I still got some kidney beans. I still have some blue cheese dressing, carrots, cucumbers. I might decide to have a salad for breakfast. Who says you got to have a traditional breakfast with eggs? I might even decide to have pancakes. We got some pancake mix left. Not the healthiest thing in the world, but I could throw some strawberries or blueberries in there or something. In fact, I might even do that. I don't know. I have a little bit left. Might as well use it up. So my food choices, they vary. Breakfast is always a big question mark when I get up. I don't want to have oatmeal every single day. Actually, too much oatmeal isn't that good for you either, really, to be honest with you. But it's got fiber and all that stuff in there. And I buy the rolled oats, whole wheat rolled oats. That's what I buy. If I can find it, I get the steel cut oats. Okay, that's the kind. If you want to eat oatmeal, that's the kind that you eat. And he says, as I'm listening to you, the Mahal is running from one end of the house to the other. She weighs 95, 96 pounds, tiny little thing. Yeah, I met a few tiny ones. Yeah. And all that energy at that weight, too. They, all that energy. God, I have a sting with my nails here. I cannot see. If my nails are growing, I need to cut them. If I get a little dirt in my nails or something, I can't live with it. I'm always using my other nails to push out, so I got to clean my nails. I'm fidgety with stuff like that. I'm always, it's like a habit, taking one finger with one nail and sliding it into the other nail to clean out any debris that might be in there. Yeah, I have a few crazy habits, but no, one thing is my nails, especially on my fingers. I like to keep them cut and clean. I mean, if you scrape off I got dry skin too. So if I took my nails on my skin and my leg, I'm doing it right now. Believe me, you'll see skin cells come out of my nails. Then you got to clean it out of your nails. They sound gross, whatever. I don't know, but I do. I got one of these little scrubby sponges for just defoliating. I like to use on my face and my legs, and you'd be surprised how much dry skin comes off, even the back. Believe me, you get a lot of dry skin. I have a lot of idiosyncrasies, but they're not bad ones. Things that I do by habit, but it's all good. So, what is today? It's Sunday. Is it was the 29th or is it the 30th in the Philippines? Is it the 30th today? I think it's the 30th. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is the 30th. It comes a new month. April Fool's Day is coming. All right, the 30th. Good, 7 more days. I can't wait for the court trial. Oh, I actually look forward to that. Yeah, because I'm also going to Cebu and I like doing some shopping while I'm there. So I'm looking forward. Yeah. Apparently, his lawyer's going to save the day for him, apparently. His lawyer's going to come in there and tell the judge that he needs to be released and sent home. Yeah. Ricky looks broken on his last live stream. No comment. Um, so she's going to come in there and save the day. And she's going to bring up something about my immigration status, which she can't actually do that in there. She's going to say something like, well, I want to call for dismissal because this man, I call for dismissal because this man, Your Honor, he is got a letter from immigration. He's going to be deported, you know. So that's not good, Your Honor. So I move for a dismissal of the case. No, 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 no. That's not going to happen. Yeah, well, the other one quit on him. So he's got another lawyer. It's most likely a PAO, state appointed, because he said some bullshit that he got this lawyer to represent him and only paid her 20,000 pesos. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Maybe 20,000 to appear, maybe for that one session, but no. When you get a lawyer, you're going to retain them. You're paying from 40 to 80 to 100. First lawyer I had with Fazio situation, man, 100,000 pesos. 100,000 pesos. It's a big firm. Big firm. He's not paying 20,000 to a lawyer to retain a lawyer. There's no fucking way. No. Here I come to save the day. What's up, Heminger? I don't know that name. You gotta change it. Are you kind of an androgynous person? Oh, you heard that part about push-ups. It works the core. Yeah, it does, Heminger. It works the core. Hey, dude, let me tell you something. You see me in the street, there's two things you're going to notice. I'm not a bodybuilder. I ain't got this huge fucking biceps, 24 inches. What you will say is, that guy don't look too bad if they knew my age. Just this guy he's put together all right. I've never seen anybody say anything different about me. I've only had compliments. He said, you don't look or build like somebody for your age. Yeah, so I've had compliments. I do weighted push. Really? No, you don't. Which could be dangerous for you. Yeah. Do you really? I only got a newbie in here, David Hunter. Barry is going to be doing backwards Kegel push-ups in Manila prison with a train full of flips behind him. Oh, whoever you are. Hello, David Hunter. I'm sure you're not really named David Hunter, but welcome, I guess. You know. Yeah, I was looking at some videos of that particular detention center, and no, I don't want to be there. Not if I could help it. Not if I could help it. Yeah, it was terrible, and the guy was talking, secret interview. A guy came in to interview some of the inmates, this Australian guy. And boy, what he had to say about that place. That you will die in there. They will not give you any serious medical attention. No. And if you need it, you better have some extra money because you will have to pay for the transport to the hospital or a doctor. They're not going to bring you otherwise. They don't care if you drop dead in your spot. People were dying from pneumonia, and one of the biggest things is tuberculosis in there. It's rampant. Guy died in his cell. He was 81. There was a younger guy found dead overnight. And one guy wasn't even eating anymore, or he got sick on the water or something in there. Oh, it's just terrible, man. Just terrible. Just terrible. An 8-pack. Yeah, it's not a pleasant place for anyone. No, I don't want to be in there. Guarantee I don't want to be in there. And I'll do everything in the world to make sure that ever happened. Never happens. But if I was, it'll be an interesting adventure for him. Not just for me, but it will be for him too. Let me tell you about it. Trust me on that. They say you could use a phone for an hour a day. I don't even know if you could do that anymore under the present administration. Well, actually, in that jail cell. If so, I got the videos that'll be shown to the Muslims and to the Filipinos. That's not going anywhere. Spread the word. That'll be shared throughout the whole prison system. He's going to make some friends in there. Not the kind he wants, though. My back is holding up. I mean, I don't try to do anything stupid. You know, um, I really do have to build the lower back muscles and the abdominal because that's what helps your back. And I can't say I do not do sit-ups. That kind of sort of puts pressure on my lower spine. I can't seem to do sit-ups, excuse me. Hell no. No, I will not ever work with free weights. Other than, hand weight, dumbbells or something, or it'd have to be like an elliptical. It'd have to be one of the weight machines that they have out that you can sit down on, and you'll have a lot less pressure on your spine or lower spine. That's fine. I love those. Man, if I had just one of them, if I could fit it, in a room, oh, I'd be so happy with that. Oh, I'd be ecstatically happy with that. But I wouldn't mind a bench set. Just have one set of weights, nothing incredible. Nothing incredible. You start off at like, if you haven't been doing that, you start off at like 50 pounds or something. Then you work up, and that's how you're going to build muscle. You got to have muscle tear, and then you have muscle repair. That's how it works. But you want to keep the protein in. You want to take collagen capsules, which I do. So I kind of got it figured out. Yeah, free weights I can't. I would never chance it at my age and with my lower back. There's no freaking way I'm going to do that. Speaking of lower back, I think Barry got a tramp stamp tattoo on his lower back that reads Pinoy Pride. Okay. Words don't come easy for me. Do. Imagine living that lifestyle. Stallone, he gets only the finest cigars. Occasionally he'll get together with Schwarzenegger and they sit, on their money cases and the laurels of their career, and just sit there. It's like a symbolic thing of your success is to smoke a quality cigar. So you get Stallone and Schwarzenegger together, and they get together now and then, and they have a special room just for smoking cigars. I never understood that. They've always used a cigar as a symbol of success. When somebody gets some riches together, they light a cigar, and like it's like a sign of financial success. I don't know where that ever came from, really, but yeah. Well, I don't believe in pushing anything more than I can. Okay, I will not take that chance. At a younger age, yeah, but look, I'm realistic. Just like I'm not going to get into a fight with anybody if I don't have to. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Of course, if I had to defend myself, I would, and I'd do the best I ever possibly could, and even go out of my way to do so. But, realistically, you're adults, you become seniors. We're not built to get into fights with anybody. Let's be realistic about that. Oh, I've been watching both. I've been watching a lot of Manny's fights. He's unbelievable, man. He does this live stream where he's giving out money, but you got to go do this and do that and do this. What the hell he's doing that for? I don't understand it. That guy's a powerhouse for a small Filipino. He's amazing. I was watching some of Manny's fights and how he stood up to the biggest goons, man. It just amazes me. No, I shadow box type thing. I don't have a bag. I'd love to have a bag, a punching bag in here. Let's get Barry in my room. That'll make a good punching bag. Um, yeah, I do. Actually, there's certain moves I do, part of some of the katas that I do from when I was a kid, and I just tried to learn martial arts and all that shit. I've done that ever since, actually. I have certain moves I've learned, which is critical, and I won't get any more into that at all. I'm not a martial artist at all, but I'm saying it doesn't mean I don't practice a few things. Nothing incredible, but things that could probably get me by in a situation may not get me by. I don't know. Get my ass beat, but I've always done that for years. For years, I didn't have to go to a dojo. I mean, plus I've been watching fights, martial arts fights for as long as they've ever been available to watch on screen, and I learned a few things. But as I always said on here, because I'm a realist, and I could boast and say this and that, I did that. But the reality is, when you're in a real fight situation, you could even be a black belt. I don't give a shit, really. you know, things change, unexpected things, you know, they may have the best of you. I mean, you're not going to say, pose for a picture, stand there so I can kind of get you at this angle and I could, you know, I could either sucker punch you or, you know, do an uppercut or whatever you want to do. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes I wish a stranger would start a fight with me so I have no excuse to practice my Tyson moves. Nah. Well, look, I mean, I know a few things, but in real life, would it be effective if it happened? Yes or no? I could not tell you that. See how honest I am? I'm not here preaching that I can kick anybody's ass. I already know one person I could kick his ass, and that's the guy that's in jail. I have no doubt about it. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. The only way he'd get the best of me, since he's fat now, he's had to sit on my chest and prevent my diaphragm from moving, affecting my breathing. That's the only thing he could possibly do. Other than that, I would never be concerned. Oh, Brevis, you mean breadstick? Yeah. Well, I'm not looking to get in fights with anybody, but I'm just saying very honestly that that's the kind of shit that you want to avoid. You don't want to get into that. It's not worth it. You can get hurt. You can get hurt. Or the other guy can get hurt. Or somebody could die. You hit them a certain way, they can die. Do you want to kill somebody in that way? It'd still be manslaughter. You wouldn't want that. Oh, it's easy. It's easy to kill somebody. There's so many things you can do that even I know how to do. You have to know where to hit them. Oh yeah, you could kill somebody. But you don't want to do that. Too much paperwork. Did I say that? I did. Too much paperwork. Much too much paperwork. God, I haven't eaten anything this morning because I don't know what I want to eat. Yeah, it's too much paperwork. And I'm cautious too. I am a cautious. I could not. I don't know, man. It's according to what the situation is. If I had a child and they defiled my child or something like that, I could live. You know, if I did fatal harm to somebody as a result of something like that, I could live with myself real well. But in a general fight, nah, you don't want to take somebody's life away. That's well, overkill. Yeah. I'm not even joking. If you could lay out Brevis, I generally would give you some massive money. That may happen sometime. Too bad, too sad. Right. Popeye's line. Right, Popeye? Right, Popeye? I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a garbage can. What was that kid's song, you know? Anyways, a marvelous morning. It's pretty cool. Partially sunny, partially cloudy. The sun is out. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling energetic. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good day. I think every day that I can wake up, like I always say, is a good day. Beavis has the gaze of a sociopath, really creepy. Yeah, he really does, and no fucking around. He really does. I mean, I'm not joking. He really does. He's pretty creepy, man. There's no doubt about that. He's a creep. Damn. The staring thing he does with his eyes, I mean, it's just like nobody's home, you know? His eyes are like a dead pool. Hamish says, I wish Frank went after Brevis with the same passion as Barry. Hey, one thing at a time, my friend. One thing at a time. One step at a time. This for you. This is for you, Robert. One step at a time, sweet Jesus. You'll love that one. Just for you, Robert. It's funny how these people just don't practice what they preach. Did you hear his preaching episode a few days ago? The other day, actually, with Popeye. Preaching about Jesus. Praise the Lord. Hallowed be thy name and all that stuff. I mean, he was really getting into it. But that's what I mean. Coming from a very religious guy who believes in the Word, follows the verses of the Bible, the Scriptures, he sure doesn't act like a person who is very religious and believes in God. Do you kind of get that feeling too, folks? Frank, I bet you feel violated after being around. Oh, my God. Clint S. says, yeah, sociopath for sure. Heminger says, Brevis undressed you with his eyes, Frank, and so does his girlfriend. Yeah, well, maybe. And Popeye was laughing as he said it, I bet. Yeah. No, he's not a guy that follows the rules. Popeye's not like that. Preaching all this stuff. I have nothing against being loyal to your country. Born and raised, and chances are your parents were too. I don't hate America. I just don't like what's happened to America. That's a big difference. America will always be my home country, But I just don't like what's happening in America, what it's turned into. That's all. People are so divided, I have nothing. And again, as far as, people in religion, I really don't have a problem. I don't care what religion you are. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is when you're such a goddamn hypocrite and you don't practice what you preach. In my life so far, I have never met anyone that practiced what they preached. Not one person. And I'm how old now? Not one person. They never practice what they preach. I haven't seen it. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to finish these beans. Am I just going to beans for breakfast? Because I don't feel like cooking anything? What do you think, I'm kidding? Look. Taglioli, Rossi. I might make a salad out of that or something. I don't know, because I just, I could still, I could still, do I have to go through all this? That's my best pan here. I could still make some pancakes. No, I'm not going to put beans in my pancakes, but I don't even have real butter here now. I have this other substitute, which is, fairly healthy. But yeah, you'd be surprised what I eat. I don't eat always a traditional breakfast. There's no rule that says I have to eat it. You could have breakfast for lunch. You could have breakfast for dinner. But in the American tradition, and most people I think, they have what you call a breakfast. And the breakfast usually consists of eggs and toast and bacon and every heart, I mean, don't get me wrong about eggs. You could have a couple of eggs a day. Please, don't get me wrong. But I don't have it every day. There's a difference, and I will not. But there's no reason why you can't eat your dinner for lunch or whatever, breakfast for dinner or whatever, There is no written rule that you have to have that. There's just no written rule. None that I know of. Oh, do share. Miss Hemmings says, Frank's streams are like a lounge while we wait for a flight. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a couple of pancakes here. I got honey. I got some good raw honey. Yeah, I do. I don't want to waste all this. If she wants to have some with me, but I don't know how much I want to make here, really. Yeah, I suppose I could throw an egg in this thing too, actually. Which is, unless it's a complete mix. Is this a complete mix? I don't think it is. But I could throw an egg in there for protein anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. There we go. One fresh farm fresh egg. Can't get fresher than this. All right, share, my boy, share. Don't keep us in suspense. Do tell. I'm going to whip this baby up. The Mantis has his own Discord. Oh, I figured that. A super troll passing around a screenshot. I'd lose IQ points going to Discord. Yeah, you probably would. I could add a touch of almond milk to this. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. And what am I going to use? Special margarine? Well, I mean, I'm not going to use an oil, but I have this stuff here that I get from SNR, actually. That's what I use. He's on Discord, but for the gaming groups. Well, he ain't gonna have that opportunity once he's in good old Bitcoin. I'll guarantee you that. Hell no. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, make a big old pancake here. I'll make a few one at a time. Sorry, but you're pretty much used to my multitasking. And you know what? I'm going to add cinnamon to that. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I got some ground Saigon cinnamon. I'm going to add some cinnamon to this puppy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm doing. You want to make a pancake? Make a pancake. No, coconut oil is not good for you, man. It's really not. Yeah, I felt like pancakes this morning anyway. My girlfriend, she don't eat a regular breakfast all the time. She doesn't. I try to get on her ass about that, but oh well, like I said, you can't force people to do something that they don't want. I did a whole show about that yesterday, having to do with my lovely daughter, but it's around the corner. You got that right. Certainly is. And I'm looking forward. I don't know, he seems to think that this miraculous thing is going to happen on that date. She's going to come over there and save the day. Oh, I know something that he don't know or something and whatever, man. Whatever. It's my trial against him, not the other way around. He's got to understand that too. Hammond says, what's on April 7th, Frank? I only know about April 2nd, which is Trump. No, it's the trial date. April 7th is the trial date. The continuance, rather, anyway. continuance. Okay, I'm gonna put more of this shit in here. I'd like to make a pancake for her too. How much I have in here? Big one. I should have made more. Should have, could have, didn't. We could share. Okay, we're off to a good start here anyway. Trump's holiday of liberation. What's that supposed to be? Oh, I hear the vacuum cleaner out. Boy, I tell you, she gets to work in the morning, I'll tell you that. She really does. Oh, yeah, they're just flying in from the USA. Yeah, yeah. They're just flying in, man. They're all flying in. And what is it, the Geneva Convention going to come in there too? The Geneva Convention? They're not going to allow anybody in the courtroom who shouldn't be there. The only people allowed in that courtroom are people that are on trial, people that are plaintiffs or lawyers, or because the courtroom is really small and they don't just allow anybody to walk in there unless they have a reason to be in there. Netherlands are a wonderful commission. Respect the Hague's jurisdiction over. Bretzig Brevis has a courtroom press pass. Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah. He's an important person, man. Very important person. In his own mind, anyway. Anybody checking in with Popeye? Is he enjoying this simulcast? Well, that comes after I actually get off. Same old bullshit over and over and over again, man. They'll say, oh, okay, there you go. I mean, I've met the guy, you know. Did you see when Breedis did a video a while back? He's dancing with his shorts on in his living room. A sight to be seen. Or not, you know. How about a little honey on this? Honey. A little honey for my honey. Let's see. Natural honey, raw. Organic, raw and unfiltered honey. Well, Kirkland brand. Saigon cinnamon. Only the best. Only the best. Okay. And what I'll throw a little bit on there too. It's gotta be moist. I can't eat a dry pancake, you know. Damn, that damn alarm keeps on going off. It's becoming more of a pain in the ass than an asset. Okay. I'm ready to chow down this puppy. Breakfast on the fly, you know, it's breakfast on the fly. Okay. I was watching Sylvester Stallone. He's got a really good-looking wife, I got to tell you. His daughters are beautiful too. Only the best. Only the best. All spoiled, and deservingly so. Why not? He's a successful man. I can't hold down his success. You know, that wouldn't be right. Why should I do that? You know. Oh, I know he's running for. I never did know that. Well, we got a troll on here, Miko. Wants to know if it's going to mean anything, because she's a Filipina. Does that give you any anxiety, given how court systems favors Filipinas? Or are you fully sure of victory? And what Gilda's opinion of Shaw bringing the case in as well? You know her opinion. My girlfriend's opinion of Shaw bringing the case. Obviously, you must know her opinion of that. You know. No, it makes no difference. She's a Filipino. I don't see Canada maple syrup fright. Yeah, I've had it before. I don't have Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima, there was no such person, by the way. And they had to change the label. Even on like syrup and stuff, you know. There'd be like this picture of this black woman with the scarf on her head. It looks like a slave or something. And they changed that. It's like the image of the black people, and they were pissed off about that. They had to change that. Regent says, she is a certain type of Filipina. The courts and the country in general could care less about her type. Yeah, you're right. Hemorrhage says, Frank, why do they say you have no sense of humor? You have a good sense of... Oh, I have an excellent sense of humor. How do you think I get through all this? Yeah. I don't know. There was a rumor that Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben supposedly got married. But there was no such characters. All fictional characters. They never existed. Never. Not at all. Flying Jew. I do buy dark chocolate when I can get a hold of it. I'm well ahead of you. Imagine if such existed that these characters were real and they actually got married. That's not too bad, these pancakes with the cinnamon. Frank, if I was half unconscious on canvas, you'd still come back fighting. Probably. Hemingway says Twilight Zone, the character's stuck in that little pot that couldn't get out. A little pot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember something like that. Great show, Twilight Zone. I watched it all the time. Rod Serling, man. Oh, man. That guy was brilliant, actually. I like the one where they showed people like they really were. They're going to get this inheritance from the old man. And he had them put on these masks, you know. But it showed who they really were. You remember that one? I think it stayed. Oh, he was. Yeah, he did. He always had a cigarette in his hand. Miko says, you remind me of the great Italian defenders over the years, like Maldini and Cellini. They'd go through brick walls for their team in Italia. Nah, I'm just little old me. Little old me. Just a normal guy. Oh, yeah? You'd be surprised to know about these guys. Like Bing Crosby was not a good husband and not a good father. And you know the Frank Sinatra story. That was real. Look at The Godfather. That was meant, in my understanding, was meant to be about Frank Sinatra. The part where this guy wanted a favor. He wanted to get into a movie, you know. The Godfather allowed him because the people at the studios were not really interested in using him for a certain role. Oh, Jimmy Stewart. I'm Jimmy Stewart. You know what I like? Dolph, what's his name? Dolph Lundgren. I can't say nothing bad about Dolph. That guy is still looking good and strong at his age. When he was in the Rocky movie, man, I swear, that guy looked like a robot. I mean, he looked like we would say it would be like the perfect human specimen. The perfect human specimen. The haircut, the physique was incredible. Just incredible. And he's still, he had some kind of medical problem even now, but he's okay. Pardon me. Dolph. Yeah, I like the movies that he's in. As a person, as a character, as an actor. What's funny, Frank, is says, didn't you know that till years later, and I always thought Jimmy Stewart was the greatest actor ever. I found it even more amazing to find this out. Frank, are you related to any famous people? Besides Al Capone? I'm not related to Al Capone. No. In a recessive trait and bloodline, Brad Pitt's a relative, and anybody who has blue eyes are all related. If you didn't know that. It's true. The recessive factor. They're all related. Yeah. Bet you didn't know that. If you have green eyes, you're more closely related to other people that have green eyes, because it's more rare. But when you have two eyes of different colors, well, that's that's inbreeding. That's inbreeding. Well, what's his name is into Black Chicks? Let me see. What's into Black Chicks? Well, the one that comes to mind is, in The Godfather. Let me see, which one of those two characters that we love to death? One of them I know had interest in such. I forgot which one did. But yeah, I mean, De Niro. Yeah, he had absolutely nothing about dating whatever black chicks. Nothing at all. Yeah, I think it was De Niro. No, I think it was De Niro, not Pacino, that liked black chicks. There's some that are beautiful. I never dated a, I've never dated a black chick in my life. I really never had any opportunities. I don't know what if I would have taken it though, because I wasn't really attracted. I was at work and I had this major drug addict guy driving around in the car with me in my truck at work. They have to pair us up. And this guy had yellow eyes, hepatitis him so I can get it from him. And we were having a casual conversation, talk about women. He said he had Asian chicks, he had this, he had that. I said, yeah, I've had Asian too. I've had Mexican, I've had, whatever. But how I speak, I told him straight out, yeah, but I've never really had an attraction to black chicks though. And, I was being honest. I didn't mean to hurt his feelings or anything, but he didn't like that. That was my choice. Talking about women, I've dated this kind, I've dated that kind, ethnicity, Norwegian, Mexican, a Netherlands, I mean, you name it, but I never had an attraction for black chicks. I just never did. But he didn't like that. He didn't like that. He didn't yell at me or nothing, but, you know, I think from that ride with me, he kind of labeled me as a racist or something pretty much because my forte was not black chicks. I mean, that was my choice. Yeah. You'll find people like you that have so much drive and determination will not be everyone's cup of tea. That's the way life is. No, to each his own. Everybody shares their own thoughts. Doesn't mean you have to agree with everything that everybody says, but on here on YouTube they do because, well, they can. Like Robert, who's probably one of the most vile people on here other than Goober. Notice how they all stick up for each other? That whole gang. You got the Rat Pack, which is now Mick Fisher. Always was, actually. Mick Fisher, Popeye, Don C. All part of the Rat Pack. People who talk on one side of their mouth and something else comes out on the other side of their mouth. Go figure. Whatever. Ah, you're home. That's right, it's Sunday, isn't it? I believe, say what's on your mind. Why hide it, You feel a certain way about somebody, then that's how you feel. Let it all hang out. Unleash the hounds, Kramer said. He unleashed his hounds when he decided to walk around without no underwear. He felt free for the first time in his life. Do you remember that scene? Everyone has their own fetish. How my brother's son, who I'm not really in touch with, he's in his own world. He has a form of autism of some, but he's a functional person. He's holding a job, janitorial, whatever he's doing at the hospital. Kid's been working, seems so small. He doesn't understand the value of money at all. He doesn't realize that he's a millionaire because his mom, her assets, she owned land, sharecropping, all this shit. She'd buy him a new car and maybe she'll buy him another car on top of that, buy him a house. He doesn't understand money. In fact, he probably just uses a debit card. He doesn't handle money. Okay, then where was I going with this? Oh, fetishes. He would always talk to my brother about he loves women's feet. He had a thing for women's feet. I don't know why. I don't know what the attraction is for women's feet. I mean, it's not a feature that I would normally be attracted to be honest with you, but that's called a fetish. No, I never understood that one either. He's a tall guy, he's at least 6 feet or so, bald head by choice. If you wouldn't want to meet him in an alley, he's a big guy, unlike my brother. But I guess on my brother's wife's side of the family, they were pretty tall. I met her father and mother. He was tall, but this kid is like he's over 6 feet, and he's got these crazy eyes, man. He's got this crazy eyes, like crazy eyes. Remember crazy eyes? He's got these crazy eyes, and I wouldn't want to be on his bad side, that's for sure. I'm going to see Boo coming up. I got that trial. Yeah. Yeah, we found another interesting place to stay. I'm not going to say where, but we're going to try it out. There was three places that we'd go to on a regular basis. One we completely eliminated. There was too many baby roaches in there, and they didn't know how to coordinate a room or decorate it right, and they just threw all the cheapest little fixtures and shit in there, and knickknacks and whatnot, and the cheapest beds, and it just got played out after a while. It was located in a good direction, a good location rather, but we got pretty tired of that pretty quick. Room 11, what's room 11? Oh, that's the old days. Boy, you can keep track of things. That was the old days. City Suites. You're right. I don't know if it was room 32. You got a better memory than I do. Yeah, I used to go to City Suites in the very beginning of coming out there. It was adequate for me, you know. It was a good location too, you know. Not really far from Fuente and all that. I haven't been there in ages. My God. They didn't do good maintenance, that place. They never even cleaned the outside of the windows. They were all black, you know, with soot and shit like that. And they didn't really maintain the place. Yeah, you're like an elephant. They never forget. Maybe there's some things you should forget. But you got a good memory, Hemorrhager, I'll tell you that. When it comes to me, everybody remembers just about everything I talked about on here. Well, they devote channels to me. What an honor that is. Seriously, they'll simulcast me. That's quite an honor. Not many people get that kind of honor. I do, apparently. Go figure. I must be important in the community if I'm honored in such a way. Popeye lives by me. I mean, God, if I wasn't on anymore, I mean, completely off YouTube, I'm not sure what he'd do. He'd have to find somebody to attack on a regular basis and do simulcasts from. But a lot of people ask the question, how come you don't do simulcasts on Barry? And that would be a more interesting simulcast because, you know, it's always an adventure to listen to what he puts on his live streams. Oh, I don't have that kind of memory. Hell no. Henry says, my memory comes in handy for my work, Frank. I have to keep track so much stuff every day, so I've developed a photographic memory. Well, you don't develop a photographic memory. You either have it or you don't. It's not something you develop. It's inert, you know. It's either you got it or you don't. Either you got style or you don't got style. Either you got smile or you don't have smile. Acetylene, choline, maybe you're talking about. Maybe that's what it is. Second word being choline, Choline. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, that's a typo. Hemi has a pornographic memory, not a photographic memory. There's a few people on here that probably get very deeply involved in that by they don't have a choice. It's either they do that or they just don't do anything, you know, to satisfy themselves. Yeah, you do what's good for you. You know, it works for you, may not work for somebody else, but if it works, you know, I'm all for it. Do it, you know, if it works well for you. Oh, Hemi. Hmm. Okay. Oh, got a very busy day today. Very busy day for Sunday. I got a very busy day. I still got to get dressed yet. People to see, places to go, things to do. Oh, yeah, every day. To my living room with the air conditioner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know somebody would say that. Probably will. Would it be nice to be a fly on the wall with some of these trolls and see what their life is really like? You could, you know, you could pretty much figure it out for yourself, okay? But to be a fly on the wall and see what they really do, what their day is really like, other than listening to Frank or Barry or something. Would that be something? We do go out to restaurants here and there, but not every week. We try to fit in a lunch or a dinner here and there. Yeah. But one of the problems is that the food that's available, it's all fine for them. They eat all that local food, and I don't. That's the problem. People make jokes about my chicken parmesan. Well, the fact is, there really isn't many meals in town that I enjoy other than maybe pizza or having a chicken parmesan, or I could eat prawns, I could eat breaded, prawns, stuff like that. I could eat that. But there really isn't much on a local menu that I would go to a restaurant for. I mean, yeah, they have some place that has steaks, but I never found them to be really palatable. You get hamburgers if you really want, but you know, they don't even use real mayonnaise. They use this sandwich spread, and I don't know, man. If you want the real thing, you got to go after the real thing instead of wasting your money on something just to put in your stomach for the sake of filling your stomach up and with something that you're really finding not totally palatable. Save your time. Your basement is loaded with Cheetos. No, they're not real cheese. Yeah. You got to take what they got. We go to one place where we buy our pizza and it's adequate, it's edible. It's really thin crust. You don't get much for your money. You're going to spend about 495 pesos for a so-called large pizza. And I usually doctor it up. If I happen to have it, I ran out. I just have some grated, Parmesan cheese I'll put on there. I could put a little olive oil on there. You know what they use? They use instead of using olive oil, they'll use like an oyster sauce in there or something. And you could tell, you smell that fishy kind of, smell. I've tasted it in many places. There is no real good pizza in town that I've found out so far. They have a Thai restaurant here called Typhoon, kind of a catchy name. Get it? Typhoon? Typhoon. I've yet to go in there and eat anything yet. It is spicy food, and I try to avoid that, but I got to try it at least one time. Yeah, they don't use real ingredients. I mean, okay, the denominator is most of them are Filipino run, and they have to be, but also run by foreigners that who are not supposed to be in the business. They're not even supposed to be seen behind the counter, but they do. Nevertheless, I know several, but especially Filipino run, they want to save on expenses, so they're not going to buy. They won't even use real pepperoni at times. They'll use some cheap sliced chorizo or something like that. You never know what you're getting. And they're not going to use real cheese because, real cheese is expensive. But they're sure charging you a lot for the pizza. So, okay, you may not have olive oil, and they substitute it with like an oyster sauce. And you'll taste it if it's in there. They'll substitute artificial cheese food or something in there, a starchy kind of a replica. It has all the stickiness. It pulls apart. Looks like it's real cheese hanging off your pizza, but it's really not. And more than likely, the pizza that I buy, they do sell some real stuff there. Um, the guy, is he Italian? The guy who runs Cocoa Bar, what is he? Is he Italian or what is he, Gilda? The guy who runs the Cocoa Bar, the foreigner, what is his ethnicity? Is he Italian or what is he? German? German? More likely German, I think. Yeah, I think German. I think German. They have a few things here I like, but it's not really that much. You want to have a hamburger? It's a satisfactory hamburger, I guess. But you know, and I'm not really that big on the hamburgers from SNR. I mean, they're palatable. There's something about the taste in there. I don't know what they use, but I could eat them, but I don't think they're the best hamburgers. Their pizza is actually okay. I like the pizza there. A few of the products that they sell in there, but I'm not all sold on everything SNR. The hot dogs are good. New York Franks, Franks get, the hot dogs taste pretty good. Yeah, but you don't want to eat that shit all the time. You wouldn't eat it if you knew it was in all this shit. I used to eat the Hebrew National, which not supposed to have all the spare parts of the animal in there. But the one that tasted good was the Hebrew National. No, Nathan's. Nathan's, pardon me. Pardon me. Nathan's Frankfurters were damn good. And you know who had the best Frankfurters actually? In New York. They had all those outside stands, selling hot dogs. You got to see what they're charging from. I'll get to that. They had made by Sabret. Maybe that was the chain that operated this chain of stands, hot dog stands that you found all over the city in Manhattan. Sabret. These were good hot dogs. I don't know where they came from. Sabret. So if you lived on the East Coast, you might know Sabret. And they gave you, the sauerkraut with it, whatever you wanted to put on there. I'll be damned if they're not charging at least $10 or more for a hot dog. And they could buy these packages in not retail, but wholesale for like, I wouldn't be surprised if they buy a lot, they can get them for $1 a package. So let's say there's a package of 10 and you're charging $10. You make it $100 on that $1 purchase of hot dogs that you're selling. It's amazing. No, the place I was in, they had chicken breast too. Yeah, I didn't feel like your chicken breast is the only way I like chicken breast is when it's breaded and fried. It's chicken cutlets I call them. That's the thing I for chicken breast. Otherwise, you know, I don't really favor the taste of chicken breast when it's just it's not breaded and flavored and got oregano, whatever you put in there, whatever you want to season it with. No, it's not my favorite. She makes a lot of meals. She'll even make a chicken curry, and she'll have the white meat of the chicken breast. Which, if you go to any restaurant around here, they're gonna serve you chicken with bones in it for your chicken curry, and then you got to pick through the bones to get to the chicken. I never liked that. And then what they do, and a lot of these places, like you're gonna go to KFC or you want to go for chicken, any one of these places, you tell them specifically what you want, like KFC or something like that, or Jolly Bee. A lot of these places are going to give you the worst part of the chicken, the ribs, whatever little meat's on it, the chicken backs. And they know what they're doing. I told you, they're good business people. And they do that for a reason. Because those are the shittiest parts that they're using and you're going to eat. Because if they had to give you all chicken breast or all, drumsticks, legs, it'd be more costly for them. So there's a method to their madness, their financial madness. They know what they're doing out here. They know very well what they're doing. Fried equals carcinogens, yes. Aldehydes from frying. Benzo rings like formaldehyde. They know what they're doing. Filipinos are excellent business people. Don't kid yourself ever. They know what they're doing. That's why they use the same oil in all these little calendaria stands, street stands, food stands, and they're frying up chicken, which is a main thing they do a lot of. That oil, they've been probably using that oil for 6 months. That becomes carcinogenic. The average person doesn't know that. But I'm not the average person. And you like something char broiled? Well, the char on the chicken is carcinogenic. When you cook with charcoal, it's carcinogenic. Little did you maybe know. No, Filipinos, right, they don't waste anything. Yeah, recycled oil from the sewer, please. Mr. Isto says, absolutely agree. Like the dish sisig, snouts, tails, and ball sacks. Oh, God. Ears. They use ears a lot on sisig, I guess. No part of an animal goes unwasted. You don't know what you're eating when you go to these little outlets. You have no clue. Even in a nicer restaurant, a decent restaurant, you say you're going to get a beef and broccoli, right? Order a dish of beef and broccoli. You don't know what the fuck you're eating. That could be dog meat. But you've grown accustomed to the taste, and for all you know, that's what beef is tasting like out here because you forgot what real beef tastes like back in America. It's not good beef. Some of it comes from Australia and New Zealand, and you might get some real cuts of beef, but you never know what you're eating. I probably would trust the stuff that comes into SNR to be what it is, you know. But in these small places, you really don't know what you're eating. Steve Montelli wasted half his life at an airport lounge. I don't know how that came in. There's no flights, man. Could be Carabao, you know. No, there are. They stopped the flights. The son of a gun stopped the flights. I don't know what's going on. We were going to order a flight to Cebu. Lo and behold, they said for now they put it to a stoppage. And they didn't want to give a reason why. So they started off good with this, bringing in more tourism, made it easier for people to come and go, only 2 times a week. That was a problem. These people are so conservative that they, or just call it, you know, put, that they wouldn't even put full air conditioning on in the plane. People were sitting there with fans on them, personal fans, and little bamboo fans fanning themselves. I'm not kidding. Air was coming out, but it was warm air. I don't know if there's a correlation between the usage of air conditioning and fuel consumption. I used to hear that about cars, but then I heard that's not true. But then I heard it is true, so I don't know. It's one or the other. Caribou, would you call it beef? I don't know. Gilda, would you call caribou meat? Would you call that beef?
No.
Because they're kind of related to the cow and all. I mean, so that's really not beef.
Beef is
Only from a
cow.
cow, yeah. Caribou, yeah. Carabao,
It's just
actually
called meat.
carabao.
Carabao.
Yeah, it's different. Like, apparently it is different. Oh, we got an electric bike here. It's very well used around here. It came in handy. It really did. And a lot of people took on locally with that too. We're seeing more and more every time we're downtown, more and more and more, and that's good. They're catching on. That's really good. They make it easy to pay for payments, and they do that. And a lot of people are shying away from cars now because you take a loan out on a car. Do you realize what you're paying for that by the time that car's paid off? And they're going to make you have like insurance and all kinds of protection because they're protecting themselves. They're protecting themselves. They may have to take back the car. They want it in good shape to resell it, but you got to keep that car in good shape. But they want to make sure that you're insured and anything that they put in the policy and the interest you're paying. Sure, they make it easy for you to get in a car. That's why you go to Cebu, Manila, and all these places now. So many cars on the road now because they made it easier to get into buying a car. Low down payment, no down payment, whatever it might be. And that's why you see so many cars on the road. Bad news, three three children, was it 3 or 4, died in a fire in, was that in Cebu somewhere?
Mambaling.
Where?
Mambaling.
Mamboling. In Mamboling, they died in a house fire. They were burned. 3 young little children burned. One's because they were fucking with the electricity in there. They do that a lot. They want to get free electricity, so they run a line to the pole, and somehow things short out, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And a lot of cases happen that way exactly. The big trend now in the Philippines is lechon baka, which I think is local caribou. What is lechon baka, Gilda?
Cow.
That is a cow. All right. Isto says that there's also Tulslab Hava. Tulslab Bawa. Oh, Tuslab
Boa.
Tuslab Bua. What is that?
That one with the pork brain.
Pork brains. Oh, that sounds delectable. There you go. He says already pig brains. Oh, please. Yeah, they eat blood too. Oh, man. Electrocution leads to heart problems later in life. I don't know how we got into that. Baka is beef or cow. Yeah, brains. A lot of the people in India and Eastern Asia, Eastern countries, they eat monkey brain. It's like a right on the table. Buster, the monkey might even be alive when they do it. I can't even talk about it. They eat monkey brain. Go figure. I don't know. There's something to say about certain cultures that you just cannot agree with when it comes to what they eat. I mean, to each his own, but that's not something I could ever do. The blood thing totally freaks me out. They call it Betamax. Betamax. I've heard it's good. Yeah, well,
Betamax before is like
oh, that is true then, huh?
yeah,
Where did they come up with that name, Betamax? That sounds technical, digital.
digital that one. It's TV like cinema.
Yeah, like,
You look like
where did they
Betamax.
come up with the name for blood? Calling that a blood meal, calling it Betamax. That don't make any sense to me. Baka is chewy, and the locals still prefer Liam Pro. Well, you're not going to catch me eating any brains of any animal. You're not going to, not that I know of anyway. Ears of an animal, eyes of it. There's nothing that goes to waste in the Philippines, really. And we're not knocking the culture. I'm just saying that there's nothing that goes to waste here. They'll eat every part of an animal. They already eat chicken legs, chicken feet. You know, they eat the balls of a bull. I mean, nothing goes to waste. Which is maybe in a way a tribute to the animal that, at least if you have to kill the animal, that at least his body is going to sustain another species, to keep somebody alive. But we're very are etiquette, we're just very special people who were taught that no, only certain parts of an animal can we eat. But what's the difference, really? They eat eyeballs, they eat all that shit. Regent says it's like how chicken feet as street food is called Adidas. It's meant to be a joke. Okay. How funny. All right, gotcha. And balut. I'm never going to eat balut. She's eaten it before. I will never eat balut. That is just not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. Some have got feathers and all in there. I mean, I don't know how they beaks and I don't know how they do that shit without choking. Heminger, Betamax is a consumer level analog recording. Yes, I know, and cassette format of magnetic. You're always looking something up, aren't you? A magnetic tape of video, commonly known as a video cassette recorder. Yeah, well, what did they come to the name with Betamax for this shit then? I don't know. Have I ever tried Dinagon? No. It's actually pretty good. Dinagon tastes like beef stew, but it's mainly pig's blood. No, I don't think so. I told you, things I could eat and certain things I will never eat. My lips are never going to touch. Like alcohol, never touch again. Certain foods, there's no way in the world how hungry I am. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you found yourself absolutely, I mean, not like when somebody says, oh man, I'm hungry, I'm starving. You're not starving. You don't know what starvation is unless you actually starve, and it's painful. I've never been starving in my life, but we always use the expression, yeah, I want to eat, I'm hungry, I'm starving. No, you're not starving. But I'll tell you one thing, if you were actually ever in a position where you were starving, then you see things differently through your eyes. You'll eat just about anything that don't eat you back. You'll eat a cockroach if you have to. If you got stranded on an island and all that was there was available on the island, that was it. You got tired of eating coconuts and drinking coconut milk. You had to find something to sustain yourself, whether you're on a desert or an island or whatever. Our instinct for survival tells us that, boy, you got it like the Andes air crash, They were cutting off chunks of people from people's butts that died. And everybody kind of looked at each other around there and says, I can't morally do this. But then they figured, well, we got a family to get back to and loved ones. We have to sustain ourselves. We need that fuel to keep us going. We need the protein. And they ate it. They cooked it up and they ate it. And so will you. You might say, you have a choice. You either eat it or you starve and freeze to death. They decided that they had to eat that. But eating human flesh is nothing new. That was going on in tribes for centuries. Of course, now we look at that, we call it cannibalism, which it is, but that was pretty normal going back through history, especially with different tribes, tribal communities, and so forth. That was normal. Why waste a good dead body while it's fresh? Get it while it's hot, It's still being practiced in places, I'm sure. Maybe in New Guinea somewhere. Maybe even up in the mountains of Philippines. It's been reconnoitered that this kind of shit still could be going on. Beef and broccoli, mugu gai pan, egg foo young, General Chow's chicken. Yeah, that's all good. In Congo, they sell human flesh in their markets. Really? Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Look, none of this surprised me. What pisses me off is when they eat dog, man's best friend. Leave the dogs alone. See what they do in China and some other countries? They'll boil a dog alive to get the hair off it at first. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. I get to that point, I don't want to talk about it. It's so disturbing to me. Horribly disturbing how people treat animals. And I see these feeds come on all the time. I guess it's Facebook feeds, whatever. And there's always something about some poor animal that somebody abandoned, or they really messed this animal up really bad. And I can't even watch it. I got to a point where I don't want to see this, but then I get curious. Was there a happy ending to this after all? People throw them out of a window. They throw them out of their cars. They abandon them. They burn them. Throw acid on them. There's horrible things they do to dogs. That's why, no, I'm not a big people lover. I'm just really not for what they do. We're the only species really on here that will attack and hurt for maybe no reason at all, because it feels good. And in the animal kingdom, this is not what they practice. Animals will kill to eat. They will kill maybe to protect their young. They will kill maybe for self-protection if something else attacks them. Okay? But, humans kill for sometimes no reason at all. They don't need a reason. It's really disgusting. It really is. It's so terribly disgusting. I mean, I take animals over people anytime. I'd rather bond to an animal and take care of an animal and especially when your own flesh and blood discards you like a used fucking rubber, What does that tell you about people, what they've become these days? Seriously speaking, I'm not fucking around here. This is our new society, man. Get used to it. If you're a lot younger than me, you're going to have a lot more time to experience this new society of ours. And I'll guarantee you, I don't have to be a professor to make this statement. It's going to get worse. And people are going to get more selfish, more violent, more obnoxious. It's happening now. It's already happened, but, exponentially, I mean, it's going to be phenomenal within maybe the next 10 years. And according to how corrupt our governments are, it also leads people to have this violent nature or develop one and do a lot of wrongdoings to survive. Have you ever tried Samyang? No. The soldiers used to eat the other tribe soldiers when they caught them. Frisbee's an animal hater. No shit. Frank, if you go back to the Old Testament, human sacrifice was the norm. Well, they did that in Egypt. They did it all over the place. And the archaeologists have dug in graves, and tombs and stuff where, or just the surrounding areas that would have had a burial ground for those that were sacrificed. And they convinced these people like it was a real honor to get slaughtered. It's like the Jonestown Massacre or something. I mean, you could brainwash people like or an Amway representative. You could really brainwash people into thinking anything. You could brainwash people into thinking that they're not cocky, or they brainwash themselves. I never did anything wrong. I never did anything wrong. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to be here. America become bigger, you see, because you figure, well, we're going to take over Greenland, and we're going to take over Canada. That ain't never going to happen, bro. Ain't going to happen. But Trump's got to go, man. And even a lot of Republicans who voted for him are starting to turn their heads and saying, wait a minute now. This is not what I voted for you for, sir. This is wrong. You're causing more problems for us. You say we're going to make more money with you in the administration again. We're not seeing that coming with the tariffs. It's going to hurt us in many ways. It's going to hurt our businesses here. When we've had trade with Mexico, we had big trade with Canada, and who else, and even China. No, this ain't going to work out real well. We're beginning to see that already. Trump's approval rating right now is higher than any time in his first presidency. No, that would be a phenom in itself, really. Well, it hasn't fully hit the American people's pockets yet. So when you say he's having a high level of approval rate, he's only just begun. When it hits people's pockets, then it don't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. If it's going to hit your pocket, you're not going to like the guy. You may have voted for him. He made a lot of promises. Well, it's still early in his new presidency. And let's just see where this all comes out in the wash. Tell me later on, after he hits your pocket personally, how much you're going to be as far as a poll as to his popularity and so forth. You'll see. I'm surprised CNN is saying anything good about Trump. Yeah. CNN and Fox are like total enemies. One's Republican, one's more Democratic, Again, it's dividing people, man. I say that all the time in my shows. You're dividing the American people. And dividing people is not good. You want to unite people, not divide people. Well, we'll see, said the blind man, right? He's just been in office pretty early now, so far he's doing a lot of things that are pissing a lot of people off, a lot of other countries off, and he's making things worse for the American people. Now, do I think it's wrong that he is telling the illegal immigrants in the United States to leave? No, I don't think that's wrong. There are proper ways of entering the United States legally, but not everybody has that money or the know-how how to do it legally or able to. And why do you all want to come into the United States anyway? I mean, the economy is going to go shit. The American dream is over. It's been over. But yeah, as far as illegal immigrants in the USA, I mean, really illegal because they're trying to be illegal. Big difference. Not administrative. Yeah, then I have to agree with him on only one thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're not going to get rid of all the criminals in America. And the ones in New York, they might be cleaning up the streets with them, which is great. But there's always going to be new people to replace these people. You kill one cockroach, man. Just knowing that there's one cockroach, you're going to know that there's a lot more cockroaches around if you see one. Frank's pharmaceutical tariffs will hit Aloe, Switzerland. Oh, yeah? Well, the money he gave to Israel. I don't know. I'm kind of partial to Israel. Unlike some people, I like Jewish people. I've had a lot of Jewish friends. I've dated Jewish women. I just don't like, people fighting a religious war when that happens to a lot of nations, and they certainly do, and they still do. You know, the Catholics will think, Catholicism is best, and, Muslims will think their religion is best, Allah and all that stuff, it's grouping off is what it is. Division. It's always a division. We're not just one human species. We should all be one human species working with each other, not against each other. I mean, that makes total sense, doesn't it? But we are territorial creatures by nature, just like animals. We are territorial. We don't want some space. We want more space. We don't want just one house. Maybe we want more than one house. We don't want a 100,000 in the bank. We want 1 million in the bank. Always wanting more, never satisfied with what you got. And that's how people in political power and people that have money in this world, like Trump is prime example, is one of these people. When is enough money enough? Look at Elon Musk. He's pushing to be a trillionaire now. He's not happy that he's like, one of the richest people in the world. He's not satisfied with that. They just want more and more and more. So, human nature, yeah, it is human nature. It absolutely is. You want more. More and more and more. You're not satisfied with the status quo. But you got to measure yourself against other people too that have a lot less than you do. So if you're getting by in life and, you're not a millionaire and I'm not a millionaire, certainly not an American millionaire, and I feel that if you're able to survive and you're able to meet your needs, then that's quite adequate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that everybody, they're competing with the Joneses. Everything's with the Joneses. Got to compete with the Joneses all the time. Why do you got to compete with the Joneses? Why? Why do you feel that you need to do that? I'm living a better life than you. Why can't you just be happy with what you have and appreciate what you have and live with it and go with it and enjoy what you actually have? But people are not like that. I mean, I'm happy with my status quo. I'm not complaining about it, I never expected to be rich in my life. I never did. I never really had an endeavor to be a wealthy person. I never did. I'm living above the level that my parents lived. And that was important for me to do. Yeah, I've definitely achieved that with education, with maybe health issues or body maintenance for the most part. And, living on more income than they did. And I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Popeye is happy being an au pair. Miko says before, the more they have, the more they want. Yeah, that's just the way it works, man. We'll give it a couple of minutes. We're actually approaching the 2 hour mark. We just hit the 2 hour mark. I didn't have too much to do in the morning. I got some shit to do later though. But the sun is out, blue skies. It's gonna be warm today. Yeah, we're approaching April. You know what that means out here if you're familiar with the Philippines. Oh man, those jail cells are gonna be hot too, aren't they? I'll put it this way: I'll avoid that as much as I fucking can in life. I'll tell you that. No. But you know what? I will deal with any situation in my life that comes up, and historically, I have dealt with any adversity I've ever had in my life, and I dealt with it pretty well. Sometimes I can't believe my tenacity and my strength. Sometimes I question myself, how do I do this? If I had an adversary, hello, baby, come here, sit down. I took care of it one way or the other. Because, that's what you got to do. What are you going to do? You going to let life just tread all over you and, let people step on you? I wouldn't advise it. And I don't allow that. I will not allow that. Region. I see nothing wrong with making more money, investing and setting up the next generation. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying that if you're fucking already a big billionaire, you got enough money for how many future generations to go on that'll benefit from your billions. Look at Warren Buffett. Just a guy that goes out and eats McDonald's and shit all the time. He drives an old beat up car. He lives in a very simple house that we never expect a billionaire to live in. He's thrifty with his money. Then you ask yourself, why? I don't know. Maybe he has a family to pass it on to and he really cares about his family. I don't know. Some people like that. It's just like you might know a good example in Manhattan. I've seen so many people, shopping cart women and men, got all their belongings in their shopping cart, and you think they're broke. No. There's been many cases that these people were millionaires, and that was a choice of life that they made. They found lawyers, ex-lawyers were sleeping on a park bench. Lawyers, doctors. You think, what the fuck happened to them? And some of them like that life. So that woman you see on the street, and you think she's really poor, she may not be. It's a lifestyle choice that sometimes people make. I mean, Keanu Reeves, right? I think he's a pretty real guy. I like him. Because he lives a real life with all the money that this guy has, millions and millions of money. He'll hang around people on the street, shake their hand. He's like one of the crowd. He doesn't try to pretend to be anything other than his. He's like his Hollywood stardom. People take to him because the guy, unless it's all a put on for publicity, I don't know. But I don't think so. I think Keanu Reeves is a genuine guy. With all his money, he'll dress down all the time. He'll be one with the people on the street. He'll be generous with people, not expect anything back. His stardom did not go fully to his head. He was just dating, I don't think he married. It was an older woman. She wasn't really that attractive, but it shows that the guy is real. He knows, and he's had young women. He knows that he can get any young woman he wants with his money. But the last gal, I don't know if he's still with her, and I forgot her name. She was nothing special, and she was older. She was maybe a couple of years older than him. So that's what tells me that the guy is very genuine. Miko says, nobody want you as an adversary, and you are relentless. You go to the end. And I try to. Frank, did you have a Betamax collection? Yeah. I used to have all those tapes, not a lot, I kind of missed the CD-ROM. I mean, you can still get them still, and even in laptops, you can still get CD-ROM, I guess, They were convenient, They were really convenient. But I used to like the 8-tracks, the 8-track music, And a lot of people would actually put that in their car, even modern day. They love the old 8-tracks. Cassettes were great. I like cassettes. But the tape would always come out of these cassettes, and they'd get all gnarly and stuff, And you like about the cassettes, the open end on there, and it's just, they'd get all messed up. Laserdisc, yeah. I don't know, a collection, no, not really, but I used to enjoy having a regular VCR, VHS, VCR. Oh, yeah. Take a tape in, put it in there anytime you want to watch the movie, boom, 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 I used to enjoy that. People in Alaska, oh, man, the biggest market, let me tell you, Alaska, because they still buy, the DVDs. And there's a lot of people that live in really remote communities in Alaska, in the wilderness areas. And let me tell you something, how you make your money. Those guys would pay at least $20 or more for a disc, for a video, for a movie. Big time. Because a lot of these people who couldn't afford it would watch movies over and over again. For example, Westerns, they'd watch it over and over and over and over again. Get them something to watch. But when somebody came by, was they're going to sell some DVDs. Oh, yeah. Especially if it's shit that they never watched before. They will pay good money. They still will, actually. To this day, they still will. Okay, I've been on here over 2 hours now. Popeye's getting a little antsy, so we want to spare him from a nervous breakdown because he's got to do his little speech now. So he'll start off with, "Well, there you go." Okay, something like that. You have a wonderful evening, Popeye. I think somebody should put money together and get Popeye a real life woman, fur and all, just put the blow up doll away and warm flesh and not plastic. And you got to get this guy laid, man. You got to get this guy laid. Oh, that's right. On the weekends, yeah. Oh, what a shame. He's missing a good show then. Okay, guys, remember, I make no guarantee, and I know you pretty much figure Frank's going to be on all the time. You might be right. But there might come a day that it's going to be total silence. You're going to hear crickets. And what is the community going to do when that happens? Guys, I'm always tempted to get off. But I always have something to say. And sometimes, an actor needs an audience, okay? An actor needs an audience. Okay? That's simple as that. Nobody can see how you act or sing or anything unless you have an audience. Am I right? Am I wrong? Jack Thompson was so sad from Fazio's death, he drank himself to death. I would not be surprised, dude. I wouldn't be surprised. That guy was so into Fazio, man. I don't know what they did on Skype. I don't even want to think about it. Oh, my gosh. You just don't know, guys. You don't know what goes on between some of these YouTubers with each other. You don't know. There's a whole different world behind what you hear or see on their vlogs. Some things that maybe you just don't want to know about. Popeye would do that if you died. Well, I give him something to, and not just Popeye. I give the people behind the copycat channels and so forth something to live for. So I'm providing a service, really, when you think about it. I'm providing a service. Okay, and I do got to go. I think she's making a vegetable drink. Now, what is that? Or is that the vacuum cleaner? Or is that the blender? Which is it? All right, there is things I got to shower yet, man. I do shower, by the way, regularly. Some people should try it. What else can I say before I leave? Except have a wonderful day or evening, whatever time of day it is there. Enjoy your day. Appreciate the fact you're breathing. You're walking, you're talking, you've got 2 arms, 2 legs. Your tools still work. What's not to rejoice for, Yeah. It is what it is, folks. Put some localized food here. Sent over from Bentayne. Somebody had a birthday, a friend of my girlfriend. A big platter. A variety of foods on here. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Well, let's see. Not the usual for me, but oh my. Interesting platter. Very interesting. Oh boy. So we got
Chicken cordon bleu.
cordon bleu, and these are
Dumpling.
dumpling. No, they're I used to buy pot stickers. Isn't it a pot sticker?
No.
Those are dumplings.
Dumplings.
Dumpling. Okay. They look like pot stickers to me. Wow, that went up to 12 right
It
away.
look like that in SNR before.
Yeah, these are very good. Pots. Well, they're dumplings.
You can also this one. It's steamed.
Yeah.
You can also see dumplings on it. You see? This one is steamed dumpling.
That's another dumpling.
Yeah.
Okay. Just unexpected dinner actually here. Let me just try the noodles if I like them. I don't like these invisible noodles, you know. Remind me of something. Oh God. Yeah. All right. Not the totally unhealthiest, but not the totally healthiest. Because got beef burger, gravy. Got the noodles here. Got the cordon bleu. And got dumplings. And they got, well, it's not for me, but they got the coconut with halo, which I don't eat that. So this came over by delivery from Van Tyen. A friend of hers had a birthday. It was nice enough and generous enough to share this. See how nice that was? Not everybody does that for somebody. Yeah. So far, what I'm eating tastes good, even the noodles. Our kids are enjoying it. Okay. Yeah. We do eat well around here, though. Well, we tend to. It's always a nice change from having chicken or something, you know. Can't have chicken all the time. You have a dumpling? Dump. Okay. You just never know what dinner is around here. Starving, I'm not. Well, I deserved. I ate pretty healthy today. Yeah. I know. Can't do the double dipping. I know. Sometimes we forget. Oh, man. Well, that was kind of an unexpected. Oh, I got my Pocari Sweat. All right. Oh, here we go. Hello, ginger girl. Dogs eat already or what? All right. Yeah. They're always waiting for food. I'd like to get those ions down here with Pocari Sweat. All right, one more dip into something here. Dumpling here. It looks like this looks like yeah. Now here, oh, a piece of meat might come in handy in the morning with some eggs. Shh, don't want them to eat that. Hide it. Yep. Din time at the old corral. Cheers, folks.
Abi na ko gilansar sa Miller. Asa?
All right. I'll take a little 5-minute break from this eating. My goodness. All right. How are you guys doing? Sorry, but this stuff just came in, and if I didn't eat it, it would have been gone in a matter of 5 minutes. So I definitely had to take advantage of that. I think you understand that. But we had a bit of rain today, and it's like, we needed it. But when it comes down over here. Yeah, we eat all kinds of foods here. Yeah, I do admit that we do eat a lot of chicken, and it gets kind of old after a while. Gets a little bit old. I never really know what to eat anymore. If I don't have anything for breakfast, me, I'll have vegetables or something, which is, it's healthy. I can't knock that. Not always what I want. I like a good crunchy cereal, you know, um, something with taste in it. Whether it is almonds or clusters or something, but something that's crunchy because I actually do have teeth. Teeth. Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Isto? What's happening in your part of the world? Oh, it's showering again. Oh, it certainly is. Yeah. Yeah. You got that right. I told Gilda today, I said, man, I'm really feeling the humidity in here. It's beginning. It's just about April, man. It's about April. Tomorrow's the first of the. No, it isn't. No. Today's the 30th, right? And there's 31 days in this month. Okay. Tomorrow's the 31st. I'm a little ahead of myself here. Well, I could turn the camera on, just pointing it outside here. No double dipping. Yeah, well, a lot of people do that here. I try not to, but we don't want to dirty another fork. But that's not a good idea, especially if you got some disease or something you want to spread it. Took the girlfriend to the grand opening of the 24 chicken. Ooh, what's that? It means it's open 24 hours. Well, how was it? Don't get me wrong. I like chicken. It's just according to how it's prepared. I mean, I love when she roasts the chicken in the oven and when she has the potatoes that are roasted around there. Oh, I look forward to that. I always look forward to that. Boneless chicken, fantastic, 10 flavors. Love the Jack Daniels one and the lemon flavored. I don't know about the lemon on the chicken. I limit that to certain things. And Jack Daniels, I don't know. Do you drinkers all have to put Jack Daniels even in your food? Come on, come on now. Oh, I don't know. Smoking's bad enough. Yeah, speaking of that, yeah, that's a real consideration I got to start making on here. I don't want to wind up on an oxygen bottle like my brother did. And they say that I'm at the age now. If you quit, I mean, it'll this difference. So you kind of call. I just, I don't know. That's just kind of like not the way I want to leave this earth. You know. Well, it's always exciting when a new. I like to go back to that Mexican restaurant in over outside of IT Park there. I forgot the name of it. It wasn't bad. Of course, the Italian restaurant was really good. We went to, so that was an IT Park area. That's where you'll find at least a few restaurants that are interesting over in IT. Yeah, showering again. I thought it stopped. Well, that's good. We need our share of rain because I got to keep that well. Sorry, I just walked to the 7-Eleven here. You was wondering what that's all about, don't you? Manja, manja, manja. Eat, eat. If nobody's eating that steak thing, I'll put it away for tomorrow. Oh no, you don't touch it. I'm not done yet. No, we're gonna make use of this tomorrow. It's 2 little burger steaks. I know. Don't even. I know you're gonna say, and for people viewing you say, well, Frank, I thought you eat good. Well, I actually do eat good. But I never said I was perfect in any way or form, have I? No, I never did. Man, there's some good movies out there that I can't get. Oh man. Shoot. That I've seen advertised. There's a movie coming out in the theaters, but I guess current movies don't play in Cebu at the theaters until much later on. There's a movie that's been directed or something by Sylvester Stallone starring Jason Statham, which looks like a really good movie that I haven't been in a theater for a long, long time. Oh, Italiana, yes, yes. I recommend them. Yes. We've been there a couple of times. Yeah, we've been there a couple of times. Absolutely. I recommend it. I'm Italian American anyway. I'm Italian. Just call me what I am. Italianos, yeah. Good place. Yeah. I hear the rain coming down again. I said, oh my God, really? I got no gas in my generator. I don't expect the electricity to go off. I'm very happy to say that generator worked like a charm since I replaced the carburetor. We had that on all day up until we had that blackout. It was 5 in the morning till about 5 p.m. But the electricity came on about 3:30, so we didn't have to wait till 5. But it was at a really good point where there was just a very little gas left, so the timing was really, really good. Yeah, and we're getting our share of rain, and that means mosquitoes. Oh gosh, we get our share of bites around here, though. We always have cortisone cream around this house. Can't live without that. No, neither can my dog. Nah, man. Yeah, do you want to call Italian around here? No, there's like, a store next to Cocoa Bar that they own that has like, they get it from SNR. They have some real Italian salami and prosciutto. They have a few things, but they really charge you for it. And I get some of my steaks there, actually my ribeye and sometimes porterhouse. I get there. I'd rather get the ribeye, no bones. If you get like T-bone or porterhouse, you're paying for weight. You're paying for the bone in there. So I don't usually buy that. No, man. Anything they're gonna call Italian around here, just laugh at it. I mean, really, you got to go to Cebu. I mean, that's where you got to go for everything. I'd recommend it. It's been kind of quiet today, huh, guys? Quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's been kind of quiet, except for Ricky's show, I think this morning, whatever it was, boasting about he's going to come to the court. He's blah 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 blah. Yeah, yeah. He comes in there, have his ass kicked out. Oh my! And I don't think there's anything even happening on that trial anyway on that day. I don't even think it was my testimony. Actually, there's a few things that got wind up. I guess I don't know. No, you just got to go to Cebu. Let's just face it. Now I was looking at some of those prisons, man. God damn, man! I'm telling you, man. Oof. Don't want to get sick in there, man. No, you don't. We're run by these trustees, man. It's like there's only so many guards for thousands of people, and oh man, anything goes in that fucking place, man. Jesus Christ. Oh. And, they have their trustees, prisoner trustees that run the place, basically. Anyway, that's something I was watching earlier anyway. Oh, I don't know. I decided to look at that thing. Oh, okay. There's no good movies on TV. There's just really nothing on here, man. There's nothing on here. And there's so many good movies I want to see, but, you know, there might be some things for purchase, but I mean, I just get my YouTube and regular, Netflix and this other channel. I don't know what the hell this thing is called. Uh, I can get some. I think I could get the history on there, and I get the. Um, let's see. What did I see on there? It's another channel. It's not the YouTube and it's not the Netflix. Anyway, uh, yeah, there's really nothing. I really enjoy disaster pictures, science fiction. That's my thing. Always has been. And unfortunately, during the COVID crisis, they weren't making a lot of movies during that time because everybody was stuck indoors and movie production companies were not doing a lot. But God, all I see is Stallone on here on my internet on these feeds. Him and his family. I guess they got their own show or something. Or beautiful daughters, though. He's got it all. I'll tell you that. He's got the money. He's got the fame, and he's still in good shape. Still in good shape. That's what matters. You got to be in good shape. Money don't mean anything really. But if you have more money to take care of yourself, yeah, you could be more healthier and live longer. So when they say money's not everything, it's not entirely true because you need money to, especially out here, if you got no insurance to pay for anything that happens. Mister, even Discord is quiet today. Wow, most people talking about Big Brr and the new idiot, Ben and Cebu. Oh, is the new idiot on there now? Ben and Cebu calls himself the bum in the Philippines. Boy, we got characters on here, don't we? There's enough stuff on here. You guys are never going to get bored. If you're really so into YouTube and stuff, you'll never be bored. When I'm dead and gone or get off YouTube, whatever happens first, you'll continually be entertained. You'll have no problem at all. I don't think you guys have any problem at all. Okay, I'm just seeing there's really nothing. When you see new movies, they could be also meaning foreign movies. There's horror. There's nothing anything that's worthwhile on here. Oh, the guy I want to, what's that? Pennington is his name? Who's this character? I think it's a TV series. I know it's a series. Is it called Pennington? You got that one kind of a bald headed guy with the fedora hat and the glasses. Who is that? What is the name? That's the name of the show? I think it is. This guy's like kind of a classy killer. I can't put it. I don't know what organization he works for, but I think it's Pennington or Kennington is his name. Are you guys remotely familiar with that? I see it on the feeds all the time. I don't see good stuff like that on here, man. Especially days like this, rainy, you want to watch TV or something. Which I haven't really Beckett, I've seen Beckett. Anything that's worthwhile on here, I've pretty much have seen. Unknown, Liam Nielsen, I watch everything of his. I don't have any new ones of him, unfortunately. I really like him as an actor. I love him as an actor. In fact, he's one of the best actors that I actually like. Actually, Manchester by the Sea. What the hell is this? I don't know. I might be getting strikes for every time I show a movie on here or something. Oh, no big deal. If that happens, it happens. I'll just welcome it. Blacklist. I've seen. I don't. think I've seen it. Is that under what category would that be under? I've seen the name Blacklist, but I kind of don't like that name Blacklist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Uh, Expanse, the best of sci-fi series group, the best of sci-fi series going. Expanse. I don't think I've seen Expanse. How could I not see that? If I go to sci-fi, they had new on Netflix. So you got a movie called Fast. You got the Life List, foreign, a Parry Everything animation, Manchester by the Sea, a series called Caught. But I'm just trying not to get into these series. Pennington or something like that. This guy's good. This guy's a killer, but he has finesse. He's a very intellect, and he's I don't know. He represents some kind of an organization or something. You know, he does kill people, and I I don't understand what the movie's all about. I see a lot of feeds on here about that. Blacklist? Are you telling me that's what that is? That's where it's coming from? I wish. Oh, I don't know, man. Is it going to be on new on Netflix, or is it going to be? Where can I find it on here? I come across it accidentally. I've seen the name Blacklist, but I didn't like the name, so I didn't see it. I'll try to find it, but I don't know. Did you see it already? Is it worthwhile, or it's a series, right? And I'm trying not to get involved with series on here. Come on, I'm going through this, going through this, going through this. Not seeing anything on here. Nothing I haven't seen or anything on it that I want to see. Here's a good one. I am nobody. Japanese. So many. Well, I am in a foreign country. It's useless to say that. Well, Frank, you're going to find a lot of foreign films on here, and Filipino and Chinese and Japanese and Korean. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. Is that part of the Blacklist show? Is that the one I've been looking for this whole time? I think there's. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the series if that's what it was, because I see the feeds that come on there, man, and it's like, yeah, it sounds interesting to me. He's a good actor, whoever he is. I mean, he convinces me. And that's just on little feeds I get on this shit. Where is Blacklist, dude? Like, am I gonna have to go to search? Oh God, I have to go through that. I really don't want to, but okay. Well, okay. Really? Fuck, man. Okay, that's man. You might have saved my ass as far as finding something worthwhile. Damn. Okay, search. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Let's go. B. Here we go. L. Come on, L. Show up on the screen. Damn remote sucks a big one. What did I put in there? My eyes are worse than yours. Let's see. Beep. Beep, 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 beep. No, it's not just being, my remote is not being cooperative. That's what's going on. Come on. I. Oh, come on, man. The goddamn thing froze up on me. Why did it freeze up? Son of a gun, huh? Jesus. Doesn't want to move. Jesus Christ. I haven't used this particular remote in a while. It might be the batteries. Now that I know what it is. Oh, cool, man. Well, if I could get my remote to work here, and for some unbeknownst reason it's not cooperating, it could be the internet itself because it's raining out there, the signal or something. Mine is definitely tied to a satellite, so and it's awfully dense white clouds out there. So yeah, thanks for telling me that. And all the while, I didn't want to watch this. I didn't like the name, rightfully so. Um, but now that I know, no, there's some real good shit out there, man. But you can't see it because even the movie theaters out here. I have not been to a movie theater, and I can't count the years I've been to a movie theater. It's been so long. And what are they charging these days over in Cebu for these theaters for a movie? Hate to ask. Nah, she's not moving. I don't know what's going on with this. I might have to replace the battery or something on here. I'll wait a little while. Yeah, I have not been to a movie theater in ages. We always talk about it when we're in Cebu, but then we get involved with something else. And we never go. La Brea. Oh, I'm sure I've seen that. Leftovers. I'm not sure about that. Sinners and Yellow Jackets. Wow, and that's on Netflix. Well, La Brea, the tar pit. Yeah, I believe I've seen that. Leftovers, no. Sinners and Yellow Jackets, no. 300. That's not too bad. Okay. How are these theaters? They're nice and clean, or what? I've never been in them. You think they're in a mall, so a lot of them. So I mean, you would think they're very well maintained. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, because I haven't needed to because I watch free movies on TV here and stuff, and I never had really had the need. But I also don't appreciate watching what they might put on as a new release. It's probably been out there for 20 years already. It's just that they haven't released it on Netflix or something. Yeah, new release my ass. There's such garbage on here too. Some of the B movies are okay, but I'm still waiting for Virgin River to come back on this spring. We followed that series and we got caught up in it. Virgin River. It's not for everybody, but I'm waiting to see when that comes out again. They're still filming it or something, but it's we got pretty caught up in there. I'm not usually into that kind of movie, but it's we got ourselves kind of caught up in it. That's why I don't usually want to watch series or get too caught up in it. But it gives you something to watch for a while, so I mean that's always a good thing. It's nice. The 3D theater is not worth it. Yeah. Would you believe me if I told you I never went to a 3D theater? You'd probably say, "What the fuck, Frank? You live an isolated life." No, it's just I heard the same. Really, actually, I heard the same. I don't need to see a 3D movie. Now they want to come out with some real kind of almost like a virtual reality thing or something. I mean, it might be different, but can you imagine in the future? I mean, they've got shit like that now. I mean, not for public use, but they have uh, shit you could conjure up a figure in front of you or something. I mean, you can. I mean, technology has come a long way. Let's put it that way. It's come a long way. Okay, so what's happening here now? Okay, I'm back to this. I see Memory. Now, if you want to watch, it's okay movie. It's not bad at all. With Liam Nielsen, Neeson. It's called Memory, and that was just recently added on the search. It's new. listing on here. Go watch that one. It's actually pretty good. Well, I saw, yeah, I think there's an Equalizer 4. I like to see, I like the Equalizer series. I like that. Isn't there a 4 that's out? I like a lot of movies where, you got vigilantes and stuff. And that's why I've always liked, Charles Bronson and movies of that nature. Of course, with Denzel, yeah. I watch everything with Denzel. People don't believe me that he was born in Mount Vernon and he went to an extension school. He wasn't in my high school. He was part of the Mount Vernon High School as an extension. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. He was not a friend of mine, nothing like that. You know, I just knew he was there, and I've actually seen him as a high school student from the extension, and I knew him by his first name. He didn't know me by my name, but he was not noteworthy. He was just another student, and the fuck did I know he's going to turn out to be somebody super famous? Oh man, yeah, I want to see that. Good movie. He's a damn good actor. This guy, Liam Nielsen, um, of course, Denzel Washington. I have a number of people that are my favorite actors, but it's kind of really hard to come up with a top list. Actually, there's people I could watch over and over again. Anything with Clint Eastwood, I'm very good with. You know, and there's a lot of movies that they do not show on Netflix, and you won't find them on YouTube either. There's some really good freaking movies. But you could find, if you want to find some westerns, my neighbor goes on, I think he goes on YouTube on his TV, and he likes to watch Bonanza and some of those westerns. Okay, so the Equalizer 3 at SM, that's what you saw. So there's a 4 Equalizer coming out in April. That's good. And also, yeah, there's this, yeah, it's supposed to be out in the theaters, but probably not here. It's a movie, forgot the name of it, but it's Sylvester Stallone actually wrote this movie or directed it, of all people. He does get involved with that. And and you're going to have Jason Statham in there. And that's another one. Yeah, Jason Statham, I watch all his stuff. Absolutely. I like the way he plays. Do you know he's British and he has to put on, when he has to really uh, talk without his accent, I mean, he does a really good job on that. You would not know he was British. He does a really good job because it limits your roles if you have a British accent, and you have to learn and get training to actually drop your British accent and speak more of an American type of English. It's not easy. But Memory, if you want to check that out, it's Memory with Liam Nielsen. That's on there right now. That started. Craven. Craven. 2 in a row. I've seen both of them. Watch this movie called Craven. Craven, Kraven. That's a new release too, and I did just see that. Another movie, I don't know, recently uploaded. I don't know if I want to see it. It's called Adolescence. And now that I know, let me see. Am I able to change the channels now? Must have been the signal. Okay, so let's see. Action 225. Oh shit! I'm just going to have to run this through the search engine. Okay, let's try again. So it's Blacklist. Okay, B, got that in there. All right. L. A C. There it is. Oh, there he is. Oh man, there he is. You're right, man. You are right. This is not a series, though. Oh no, no. The only thing that's on here is oh no, it says pilot. Okay, so that's the first one. It says resume episode 3. Where's okay? I want to start from the beginning. Let me see. Go back to this. No, 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 no. Don't get too carried away here. Okay, let's see. Play from the beginning. Okay. All right, that's a series then. Didn't say on the top it was a series. I haven't seen Adolescent, but it does have very good reviews. Okay, well, I'm going to start watching this movie, and thanks for telling me that because I've been trying to figure this out for a long time. I see all the feeds on this on my phone, but I no idea what the series was called. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and here it is. Look, there we go. Right on, brother. Appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
One day he stops. The farmer, who is no longer a farmer, sees the wreckage he's left in his wake. It is now he who burns. It is he who slaughters. And he knows in his heart he must pay. Maybe he's not
Good evening.
there.
I guess maybe we'll put this on for another day. The Blacklist, a movie. Imagine that. The Blacklist. Well, in another act of stupidity beyond belief, Mr. Jordan, the king of mean, oh, runs his mouth again. And he made a big mistake. The very person, evening, the very person that's going to make the judgment on him, the very person is going to make the judgment on him, he calls dumb and stupid. Oh, shall I go over this whole laundry list and everything he's done? Besides knocking the U.S. Embassy, knocking and mocking the immigration office and say they're on a take. Knocking his lawyer, knocking the courts, knocking the judge, and of course all the damage he's done to me. And the stupidity of doing show after show after show after show after show, doing the same damn thing. Now, when he used the word moron, we're talking an autobiography here because there's nothing that this guy has done that's going to help him out. And I don't care if he has Perry Mason as his fucking lawyer. I've never witnessed somebody as stupid as this guy in my entire life. Needless to repeat myself and say that again and again and again. Pardon me. Excuse me of my constant redundancy. But sometimes I have to tell myself that to make myself believe that somebody like this actually exists. Here's a man who wants his freedom. Oh, he wants his freedom. So he can go back to Alabama land and think he's going to have relatives that's going to take him in when there might be a bench warrant waiting for him, child support. Does this man ever not get in trouble? How did he get by with his waffle flipping job? I suppose if he didn't like a customer, he'd probably take the waffles and masturbate on it. Here's some extra special sauce for you. Would I be surprised he'd do something like that? No, because he's a fucking lowlife. Well, we sell sandwiches here too. Mustard or mayo? I'll take the mayo, sir. I'll be right out with your sandwich. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. He'd have the audacity to do that. I mean, he really would. Disgusting specimen of a man, of a human, of a living organism. A paramecium has more gray matter in the brain than this guy does. And by way of his actions, despite a manifestation put on him about the usage of his phone, the fact that he's going to go to Bicuton and he thinks he's going to have all these privileges there continues to threaten little old me constantly. What future can this man have? What is he expecting out of his lawyer to come and save the day? The goings on with his girlfriend on her attempts to deport me cannot be brought up in the courtroom. That's not the issue. The courtroom is my Switzerland, if you know what that means. That is not the issue, and the judge doesn't care to hear about that issue either. Just the facts, son. The facts of the case. Remember, it's a case against you, not the other way around. Let's keep that in mind. Unbelievable. You come on your live stream again, and you're knocking the judge to that will be played in court. So, when it comes time when he's going to make a decision, call him a dumbass or stupid, I think that he's going to have special plans for you, sir. It's just a thought, a passing thought. Of course. I may be wrong, but I might be right. Are you that goddamn stupid? Apparently you are. Everything you've been saying on your shows, you knocked every single agency. Here you are, sitting in a dang detention center for nearly 2 years, wanting your freedom. Wanting your freedom. Now you're going to be heading to Bicuton, which you thought you'd never, ever go. Pack up your bags. Get ready to go. Carry your toothbrush. Oh, you don't need a toothbrush. You got no teeth. Or teeth. You a foul-mouthed motherfucker. You know that, dude? Are you that dumbass stupid to continue what you're doing on your show? To threaten me yet again? What is it you don't understand? Did you fall on your head when you were a kid? Well, you must have been hit pretty goddamn hard. Because nobody can knock, even your own viewers can't knock any sense in your head. You're heading nowhere, but maybe he wants this. I mean, look, there's strange dudes out there. Strange people out there in the world. He's one of them, I guess. Maybe into sadomasochism or something. I don't know. Maybe he likes being punished. A pseudo relationship. That's exactly what he has, is a pseudo relationship all in his mind. Well, I'll tell you what, more and more evidence is building up to make the immigration see that how much of a vile Do you realize how many people I've sent those recordings to from earlier? Do you realize? Let's go through the list. NBI. The Bureau of Immigration Intel Unit. The Office of the Director. The NBI Cybercrime. Regional Trial Court, Toledo. My attorney. I think there was one more. I must be leaving somebody out. Unbelievable. Hello, AJG. In one putrid breath, he claims that the racist insults he said of the Philippine people, he also told his girlfriend of what he said. Yeah, and she still wants him. God bless her. God bless her. They're made for each other. God bless her. God bless her. Wow. I could say a whole lot to that, but, well, under the circumstances, I can't. Just read my mind. Don't understand it. Never did. The attraction to this guy, how evil he is, how mentally sick in the mind he is. Well, that would be my choice if I was a Filipino. That'd be the first person I'd want to be with. Oh, for sure. Artificial intelligence. He says artificial intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that statement. He never says anything on here. It's all artificial intelligence. There's no, the word intelligence and Mr. Barry Lee Jordan do not go together in one sentence. Simple as that. I'm going to direct this directly to you, Barry. Do you really understand how you come off to your viewers when you do a show? Do you comprehend anything that comes out of your mouth? Or does it just flow out, like a broken light switch that, won't turn the light off or maybe just doesn't turn it on? Is that what your brain is like? You've done the stupidest things a human could ever do for somebody that yearns for his freedom. You are doing every single thing that's going to prevent your freedom. Now, I know 100% sure at this point, you are going to prison. I mean, the other side of the immigration part of Bickerton. You're going to be in a perfect relocation. You're going to be in a perfect place where you don't have to be moved too far away. And I've seen the conditions of that place. I spent some time this morning researching everything about it. I think you're going to like it. Yeah, they do have the paddle there, by the way, just to let you know. And you're going to be dealing with trustees. Trustees are worse than the damn guards themselves. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why. You know why they're worse? Because they really take pride in their position. They take the heat off the guards. They take the stress off the guards, and they revere their position very much. And they will do anything to keep that position because there are certain benefits in it for them, and they don't want to lose their benefits. So they're going to keep creeps like you under control. He speaks of coming back, oh God, to the Philippines at some point. He's not coming back at all once he's gone in the future. Do you honestly believe that he'll ever return? No, he will not. He will have the thought of wondering if he'll be put back in jail. There is nothing good about the Barry Lee Jordan story. There's nothing good that's going to happen with this guy one way or the other. Even if he got deported, there's nothing good that's going to happen in the United States with him. Chances are he'll wind up in jail again on a bench warrant, a felony having to do with his child support. There's always something. That's a reason why he left there in the first place. You got to go back in history to understand that. And the thought terrifies him. Oh, I'm sure he's terrified of going to Bikitson. And he's got a good reason to be terrified. He's got a good reason. They're not going to take to somebody like him. He's the kind of guy that just can't shut his mouth, and they're not going to like that. See, they're under some terrible conditions under there, right? And they want everything to, good placid waters, They don't want big ocean waves. It's hard enough that, the temperature maintains 35 centigrade and above, and it gets sweaty. And they're not feeling good. They're not feeling clean. They're eating shit food. The floors are probably strewn with feces in some areas, and certainly urine. Hot cells. You know what they do when they put you in there? If you're lucky enough to get a bunk, they put you on the top bunk as a newbie. And what is the principle of hot air? It rises to the top. And it's cooler at the bottom, right? Closer to the floor, it's cooler. Higher to the ceiling, it's hot. And they put you on the higher bunk if you get a bunk. Otherwise, you wind up laying on the filthy floor. That's what you're facing. Face reality. How could you continue to do shows like that when you know you're being recorded and you know this is going to be used against you? You think you're going to impress the judge by saying that the judge is dumbass or stupid? Oh, he's going to hear it. I'll make sure he does if it's the last thing I do. This way, when he makes his decision, he has notes on that. The motherfucker, the fucking loser is calling me dumb, calling me stupid. I'm the judge. Let me tell you something. In that courtroom, that judge, you believe in God, that's your God. He's your future, and you're going to call the judge dumb and stupid? Really? The guy who makes the decisions? It's not me. It's not my lawyer. It's the judge. It's like, here come the judge. Here come the judge. Everybody stand up. Here come the judge. And he's going to bring that gavel not on his desk. He's going to bring it down on your coconut head. Yeah, I know he's terrified of the thought of going to Bikitson, and he should be. And for what I've seen on it on video today, damn. They got a warning that don't take any bullshit there now. Strict. Do you know they got 4,000 people over there, but it's only meant to be about 800? Did you guys know that? What does that say? It's awfully crowded. It's awfully filthy. Sweaty smell from 4,000 prisoners scattered all over the facility. Filth. Rats. Roaches. Stray cats. Mosquitoes. And the humidity. Oh, the humidity. And one guy was in there for 10 years. And he was an overstayer waiting for trial. You've already been 2 years in the clink in Mandawi. You could be very well spending, well, once you're convicted, maybe a lot more than that. You see, I ain't going to die in no goddamn prison. Nobody's going to give me no goddamn prison. It's like you think you have control of people. You don't. You don't have control of a lawyer. You don't have control of the judge, the court system, the whole judicial system, the Department of Justice, prosecutors. They know all about your attempted bribes, all recorded. They're going to come down. You're going to be an example. They're going to give you how many years on each count. Are you going to be able to handle that? Tough guy. Tough guy. Are you going to be able to handle that? Are you? Come on. Do another show and tell me all about it. how tough you are, and how you're going to handle Bikutan. The famous Bikutan or Bikutan, however they want to pronounce it, it's fine with me. You're so tough and streetwise, huh? You're a be a little baby chicklet in that place. When they say get down and lick my feet, you're going to have to get down and lick their fucking urine-stained feet. That's what you're going to have to do. When they say jump, you're going to have to say how high. You might have to lay on the floor with 40 other sweaty bodies. Are you looking forward to that, son? Are you? Are you looking forward to that? I am. Hope you suffer. Hope you rot. Because you deserve it. And all the high roaders out there who listen to you, they're all listening to your shows, all the high roaders. If they could still stand there or sit and listen to this shit and think that you're worth saving, then they're just as bad as you. You're all on the same level. The high roaders. You know who the high roaders are. It's a club. That I coined the phrase high roaders. And they know who they are. The ones that say that he doesn't deserve to be in detention that long. So you mean to tell me, high roaders, that listening to his shows tonight, you're going to still take that high road after he's blasting the system, blasting the government, blasting the judge, continually threatening another YouTuber, meaning me. Oh, I know, it's because it's me it's okay to take the high road. Is that what it is? Gentlemen, is that what it is? You know he's wrong, but you won't admit it. No, they're not going to admit that. Oh, you got to be compassionate with this guy. Over a word he called you. A word? Gentlemen, high roaders, didn't we discuss this in detail before? If it was your sorry ass in my fucking shoes, come on. Need I go to the speech again? You know what you would do. I don't want to hear the bullshit. Well, Frank, you know, you have said things on YouTube over the history you've been on here. Yes, I did. The big difference is I didn't make a career out of it every single day coming on, calling people pedophiles, saying I'm going to kill people over and over and over again every single day, calling every name in the book. Oh, I know. A name is just a name. That's not true. If you called your neighbor's wife a bitch, her husband's going to make you his bitch. Know what I'm saying? If somebody said that to you and got out to your neighbor and you're a pillar of your community, high roaders, and they got you to lose your job because rumor got out, are you still going to be on that high road, high roaders? I don't think so. If you lost your wife in the process, or girlfriend, and you had kids, and they heard horrible rumors about you, and your kids don't want anything to do with you as a result of that, you still going to take the high road, gentlemen? I don't think so. I just don't think so. Mr. Jordan has a way of outdoing himself every single time. I almost want to tell him, stop. I got too much evidence. Stop. Don't make it so easy for me. I like a little bit of a challenge. Don't make it that easy for me. Well, it's a little too late for that. I don't know what the disease is. disease of the mouth that makes you want to just spit out poison constantly. But you can't shut your mouth. You don't have the ability to shut your jaws. What if you were born without a tongue? Or what if somebody in the street hated you that much they went and cut out your fucking tongue? You wouldn't be able to put out all that toxin, would you? Well, let's certainly hope that that never happens to you. We would never want to see that to happen. Certainly me. But what if? Let's have a little fun. What would you do without a tongue? What would you do? You'd die without a tongue. Because it's your mouth that drives you. When you can't spit out any poison, verbalize your poison, I don't think it's going to make your day or lifetime. Well, it's time for Betty Bye here. My own bed, air conditioner on, ceiling fan on, got my lovely honey next to me. Life's good. I try to keep a positive thought in my mind, even upon adversity, because that's what you really should do. I got high hope. I got apple pie. What do you have? No hope. And a McDonald's hamburger and a bag of potato chips. And perhaps a bag of Oreos. You don't like your accommodations? You made that very clear. Well, it's really you that's putting yourself into Bic-Uton, the famous Bic-Uton that we've been talking about for years. Bic-Uton has a nice ring to it. Bic-Uton. That's where you're going, boy, son. I think you'll enjoy the ride, though. You're going to have an aeroplane ride. Airplane ride. Con Air. You'll be on Con Air. That's the airlines that's going to be using you. Con Air. How do you like that, son? You get to go in an aeroplane. An aeroplane. Good night, sir. Sweet dreams and flying machines. Your faith is in stone. It's in stone. Enjoy the ride. And enjoy your new accommodations soon enough. But I suggest you get Perry Mason. Resurrect Perry Mason. You're going to need Perry Mason. Your ace lawyer. She has all these big plans, huh? Really? Here she comes to save the day. I don't think so, son. I just don't think so. You got too much against you. Much too much. And calling the judge dumb and stupid? Well, if everything else on evidence didn't set your faith, I don't think the good old Judgy Pudgy is going to like being called stupid or dumb. Judge or not, he's still a human. And you're going to hurt his feelings with those words. You say words don't mean nothing to you, like the song. Just words. Freedom of speech, you call it. Oh, where's freedom of speech gotten you so far, boy? What's that? Oh. It's 500 miles from his girlfriend, that's right. So far away. So far away. How will he survive? That's his problem. What will he do, you said. Anthony, that's his problem. It's not mine. But I will tell you, worst came to worst and I wound up in a prison. It happened to be in his prison.
His worst nightmares would begin. He'll be under that paddle pretty often. Everybody's going to know everything about this guy. I'm going to talk to the Muslims with my phone recording. I'm going to talk to the other Filipinos and have them listen to what he thinks of Filipinos. Will that work for you there, Mr. Jordan? Will that work? I'm only too happy to accommodate you, sir. Anyway, it's bedtime for Bonzo here. Thank you for tuning in, folks. And Barry, people have been telling you for a long, as you like to say it that way, only with the hoarse throat, that sounds better, a long time. Enjoy being a jailbird, but you have experience. Well, you were 6 months in jail in America for beating up your wife. You remember that one? Remember that one? So you know all the jail lingo, don't you? The screws, send out some kites, smoke some smalls. You know all that lingo, right? You got the tats, probably from prison. So you'll be well adjusted. You'll be fine, son. Just fine. He'll be forced to share his Social Security money with the cell block boss. Yeah, that's quite possible. Buying protection from the other inmates. Yeah, his money's going to go. Once they know he's got an income anyway. And I don't know, can he order Grab from there? I don't know. I know you usually get things you want there, but you got to have money on hand. He'll probably go back to smoking again. He's going to want cigs, so you're going to need money for that. And it won't come cheap there. No, it won't. You're going to want special food, but you're not going to get it in there. And whether they allow you to order out, I'm kind of thinking not. And the reason I'm thinking that, because anybody who visits the jail has to be frisked. They have to go through a whole procedure. So I'm thinking, it's just my thought, I don't know, that Grab would not choose to come to a prison. What are you going to do for food if you don't eat their rice and fish heads and rat stew? Or their favorite, they have a favorite pasta special there. It's called ratatouille, made of rat meat. Ratatouille. Yeah, Italian. You'll love it. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a very interesting evening. It was quiet most of the day, but I really enjoyed the shows that he put on. And of course, I recorded it. It's out there already. No sooner did you go offline, it was already on there, sir. I'm quick and ready like Freddy. And got everything he said. More threats pointed to me. Putting down the very judge that's going to be in charge of your future. Well, until the judge rests his case, I'm going to rest mine. And you, sir, are guilty as you are. Oh, speaking of guilty. Oh, okay. What he just doesn't understand. He goes, I pleaded guilty. They're just going to slap me on the wrist. Give me a 20,000 peso fine. I'll be on my way home. I'm not going to Biggie Town. I'm not going to stay in there. I'm going home. I'm going home. No, you're not. No, you're not going home. You're not going anywhere. Get that through your thick skull. You're not going anywhere. You're not. There's no miracle that's going to happen with your counselor. No miracles in this case. He's just got too much evidence against you, and you created more, and he made it worse for yourself. Oh, I know. You're going to run in there to save the day, you lawyer. He's got a complaint against him with immigration to get deported. See, we got a charge sheet, Your Honor. Your Honor, good sir. Guard of the courtroom. You got to understand, Your Honor, he's a pedophile. He's a pedophile. Sir, you're out of order. Do you not understand, sir, that you're in this courtroom because you called Mr. B a pedophile and other expletives that is not acceptable within the Republic Act of this good country? It's our laws, Mr. Jordan. It's not American laws. I don't know what you got away with, Mr. Jordan, in America, but this isn't America, Mr. Jordan. Sit your bald ass back down and shut your mouth. What you're trying to produce is inadmissible, Mr. Jordan. And let your lawyer speak for you, Mr. Jordan. Shut your mouth. You're out of order, Mr. Jordan. If you open your mouth again and run at us with a piece of paper, we're going to cite you for contempt of court. Okay? Good night, folks. And nighty-night.